Okay, we're back. We've given up on Instagram. So if you're watching on Instagram, my bad. It didn't work. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to the 2023 live wrap-up episode. This is going to be a really fun time. Crystal is on her way. She will be here eventually, but we have a beautiful panel here with us. I was going to say almost as always, but too much if you ask me. Adam from Adam Does Movies.
Down your talking crap in your chat.
Are you serious? God damn it.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Adam. How are you?
I'm doing great.
That's great.
I can teach you how to do the Instagram live sometime if you want. I've done it a couple times.
You know, I thought I had it set up and I just had to click a button, and instead it was like, you need a link for this. And I'm like, I thought I already did that.
Yeah.
I thought I already did that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Next we have Gil from One Take. Hello, Gil.
Hey, Tony. How's it going?
It's going great, Gil. I'm having a great time.
Hi, Gil.
Next up from the Idle Hands review, we have Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, and then from the Christmas episode for a Christmas movie, although I probably shouldn't have picked her because she doesn't celebrate Christmas, Kaylee, hello.
Hello, everybody.
She hates Tim Burton. She hates him so much with all her heart and soul. So if any newcomers are here, I just ruined her for everyone. Take that.
If it makes you feel better, Tony, I hate you more than I hate him. So
what the fuck?
Wow.
What was that shit?
Wow.
Tony's like, why would that make me feel better?
Why would that make me feel worse? And okay, we have a new person here. Obviously, Joey C is on a lot of these, but I'm still not talking to Joey C, even though the real Santa Claus told me to forgive him. But we have a new guy. I don't know how he got the link. Sir, could you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Sir New Year. Happy to be here. Happy to see everybody. All righty.
Sir New Year. Is that like Baby New Year, but like a knockoff?
It is true. Baby New Year is not as manly as I would like to be. So I have to be Sir New Year.
Well, hello, Sir New Year, who is not. I know some of you people are going to say it's Joey C, but it clearly says not official Joey C.
That's right. I'm sure this official Joey C fella is very manly, but me,
No.
Sir New Year, much more manly.
That's great. Yes, 2023. What a great year for movies. As long as you didn't watch any Marvel stuff, then it's a great year for movies. If you did watch that stuff, then you probably hated it. Yeah, very crazy. It's been a crazy year in general. This is my first year going all in on Hack the Movies. And you know what? I don't think I could have done it without believing in myself. I did it all myself. No one helped me. I'm awesome. Okay. Just a heads up for everyone. We have some commentary tracks on the Patreon. Me and Adam did one for Batman Returns.
Yeah.
That was a fun time, wasn't it, Adam?
Yeah, I think you had a good time with that.
Yes. Adam had his mic setting wrong, so that's great. Pay $5 for that. I also did one for the Santa Claus where we just nitpicked the lore of the Santa Claus because it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Kaylee, I'll agree with you. Corpse Ride, that is not a good Tim Burton movie. That movie kind of sucked.
no, I really wanted to like it too.
Yeah. And then Casey made me do I'll Be Home for Christmas starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And I realize now I probably could have said whatever I wanted in that commentary track because I don't think anyone will ever listen to it. So that's available now. By the way, I made a playlist for all the live wrap-ups throughout the year, so you can go back and visit those. Also, after these live episodes are up, I clip them. Throughout the year, people are like, Tony, why didn't you review Scream 7? Why didn't you review Scream 6? And I was like, I did. It was on the live wrap-ups that you idiots aren't watching. So I clipped it. They're all over there. If you think I missed a movie, check the second channel. I probably reviewed it. What else happened this year? Oh, Castzilla came back. I brought back my Godzilla podcast. And then like 3 weeks in, Adam tried to ruin my reputation. It was pretty great. It's pretty great. For those of you who don't know, Adam stopped the new Godzilla movie from getting 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's all give him a round of applause.
Claim to shame.
Let's all give him a round of applause.
We did it.
for sabotaging his friend who has a Godzilla's podcast reputation. That was great. Awesome.
And the entire internet really respected you for going against the grain.
That's right.
And being honest.
They all loved you. No bad words whatsoever.
I'm sorry. I do have to say, that's still the funniest goddamn thing that happened all year. I still occasionally think about it. And I'm like, I'll never do anything as funny as that. Fuck.
Anytime I see a Rotten Tomatoes movie with like a 97 or 98%, I'm like, Adam got his hands on that one too.
Oh god, what did I do?
Adam's back at it again.
What did I do? There was some movie that was it Rebel Moon got a bad score. I'm like, hold on, I'm checking to see if Adam had anything to do with this.
I would have been the one that liked it. I would have been the 1% that liked it. Yeah, Tony messaged me on the artist formerly known as Twitter. He's like, Adam, this is the funniest thing you've ever done in your life. And I'm like, what do you even I'm over here like looking at thousands of comments telling me to literally go kill myself. I'm like, yeah, this is hilarious.
God.
You're like packing up your go bag, you're on the run, and Tony's like,
I'm the only Godzilla fan that's like, good job, Adam. Everyone's else like, you suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, two big things happened this year. My face made it onto a wrestling pay-per-view.
Wow.
That was great during the women's match of an NXT show. That was awesome. And then I finally redeemed myself and I introduced the Dick Show live, not on edibles this time. And people are still making fun of me, even though I redeemed myself. I don't know why. I thought all the jokes would stop and everyone would forget if I did it right, but apparently not. Anyway, let's talk about some movies. Oh, wait, hold on real quick. Not official Joey C, whatever your fake name was. I know you're new here, but what do you think the name of the game is for these live shows?
Well, Tony from Hack the Movies, who I just met, never met before in my life. The name of the game, folks, is Super Chats. If you want me or the crew to whisper sweet nothings into your ear, within reason, this is the internet, send a Super Chat and we'll read it out loud. All
Yes.
right, within reason.
Within reason. Do not ask any of us what H.P. Lovecraft's cat's name was. We will not read that out loud, you dumb assholes. But real quick, I do have to show one super chat. This is from AJ Wizzle saying, Merry Christmas, Tony. I can't hang out tonight as, like you, I am making out with hot babes whilst on vacation. I'm not on vacation. Okay. But I still believe in you, Tony. Hack the Movies will make a comeback in 2024. Apparently, Hack the Movies has lost its way.
Yeah, it never left. What do you mean?
And then Billie Jean, who's totally not AJ Wizzle in a different account, says, Crystal, please don't take my man even though you can, which is a song lyric. Anyway, bring those super chats in. It's the end of the year, goddammit. Bring those super chats in. First up, we have Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. I originally was not gonna watch this movie. I was like, you know what? I saw the Dungeons and Dragons from like 1999 in theaters. That was enough for me. I think I got the gist of it. I've never played the game because it's for nerds. But I ended up checking it out like a month or two ago on Amazon Prime. And holy shit, this movie's great. This movie's actually pretty fucking good. What did you think, Adam?
Yeah, more like Fungeons and Dragons. Am I right, everyone here? It was a good time, Tony. I agree. I like the cast. I like the action scenes. I like the whimsy. I like the magic. I was in.
Yeah, Gil, what did you think?
Yeah, I liked it too. You talked before the stream about how watching A Good Person reminded you what it was like to watch just normal people without superheroes. This obviously wasn't that, but it was the first time I watched an action adventure in years that wasn't about superheroes. And it made me realize I miss Pirates of the Caribbean, movies like that. And it was a lot of fun. The trailer made it look like it was all going to be a big joke. There was tons of humor in the movie, but it did have a genuine story with actual characters and a lot of fun. Good time.
Sarah, what did you think?
Well, as someone who grew up playing Dungeons and Dragons for
Nerd!
a while, I
Sorry,
don't.
sorry,
I know.
sorry. I
I
had to get that
know.
out. Okay.
Nerd. I don't really play it too much anymore, but I played it a lot growing up. This movie was really fun. Kind of took me back to when I used to play it. It was just a really fun time. Like Adam said, a lot of whimsy, and it was just a fun watch. You know, it wasn't anything like I'd say it wasn't anything remarkable, but it was fun. It's a fun movie to sit down and watch. I really enjoyed it.
Kaylee, you're next.
Kind of echoing what everybody already said. I had a great time watching it. I think just like Sarah just said, in 20 years, am I going to remember this movie? Probably not. But it felt like friendship. It paid homage to the tabletop game. It paid homage to people who play that game. And it gave you the little moments where, they have to pause and explain whatever the dagger is and where it came from. But it was also accessible for people who haven't played the game. So that really made the comedy shine. I thought that the acting was great. I thought it looked great. It had a shocking amount of heart. And it just felt like friendship.
Sir New Year, what did you think?
It's a fun movie. I never played Dungeons and Dragons myself because it's a game for children
Obviously.
and nerds, of course.
Obviously.
So I never played it. So I don't know all the fun lore behind it. But if I did play it, I would say that the plot was fantastic because it was kind of an excuse to use various set pieces from the game. Had a lot of fun with this movie. I won't remember this movie in 20 years. I won't even remember it tomorrow, in fact, but I had a blast watching it. 1000% would watch it again. Not by myself, of course, but with other small children, of course.
Tony, I gotta say, I have nothing but disdain for Joey C. I thought he was kind of a garbage waste of life as a human, just total excrement. Yeah. But this Father Time individual or Father New Year or whatever the hell his name is, I love this guy. This guy's great.
This guy's great.
Yeah, great. A great movie. Adam guy's a real good guy.
We should keep him around. Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons. Again, I feel like I would have actually liked playing Dungeons and Dragons. I just didn't know anyone who did it.
You didn't have any friends, right? Yep.
No, I had friends. Friends, okay? Cool friends.
Manly friends.
But no, I know enough about it. I've since became friends with people who did play it, and they are all loving this. Monica was on my show. My cousin Monica, her husband is he loved it. He thought all the references were great. And there were things that I could tell were from the game. When the one wizard dude or whoever that knight is, I forget all their names, when he's talking about the exact number of steps you have to do to go over the bridge, I'm like, all right, I feel like this is a reference to the game. This must have something to do with rolling the die. I thought that was really clever. I think my favorite scene, besides this, of course, I think my favorite scene is when they are in the graveyard trying to get answers.
Yes.
And they can only ask 4 questions and they keep fucking up. And by the end of the scene, the entire graveyard is dug up trying to figure out where this one thing went. I thought that was hilarious. I thought the cast worked together pretty well. Did not expect to see Bradley Cooper in this as a tiny man.
Yeah, that was different.
I thought his cameo was great.
Yeah, where did that go? Why was he in this? I thought that was so bizarre. She likes those short kings, Michelle Rodriguez, apparently. I will say, the redhead, the girl from the It movies. I don't know
Sophia
if
Ellis.
Yes, I don't know if anyone noticed, but there was one scene where I guess her leather pants weren't broken in yet, and she was walking so awkwardly behind everyone, and it kept distracting me. I kept watching, that woman looks so uncomfortable right now, and I'm I think this must have been the first day wearing those pants, because she's just kind of stomping around in the background. I'm what the fuck is this? But yeah, I have really nothing bad to say about it. It's just a good time. Like you said, Gil, it does remind me of Pirates of the Caribbean or something, where it's I know this is connected to an IP, but I need something other than superheroes and whatnot. And Star Wars. I need something like this where you can kind of dive in, because Dungeons and Dragons, I know there is a lore to it, but aren't the games you're making up your own story pretty much? Am I right about that?
Yeah, for the most part, there's kind of a basis to everything.
Okay.
But for the most part, it is kind of creating.
One of the things that you can do in Dungeons and Dragons is, even though there are those set rules, just like Sarah said, one of the rules is basically you can change the rules. And I think that this movie did a really, really good job of doing that. So I think it kind of gets an automatic pass from all of the people who played the game because it doesn't matter if they followed the rules.
Did anyone watch the original movie from the late 90s?
I did a long time ago.
Oh man.
Long time
Adam,
ago.
did you ever see that one? I feel like you'd like that one.
I didn't see it, no. But I did watch A Princess Bride for the first time ever, like 3 days ago.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I just
The
never
first
watched it.
time?
First
Oh
time
my
ever.
gosh.
Did you not have a cable box in the 90s?
Dude, I don't know. I was just watching Jean-Claude Van Damme movies nonstop, and I missed out on Princess Bride.
my
It's
goodness.
inconceivable. But I
That's
saw
such a
it.
good movie. I love that
Yeah,
movie.
that was very fun.
Oh man, you know what? For your movie roast, I would say check out the 1999 Dungeons and Dragons. It's pretty good. I mean, no, it's not good. It's good to make fun of. It's
It
really
might
good
be
to
on
make
my
fun of.
roast list. Someone might have recommended it already. I don't know.
Well, that's good. Oh, look who's here! It's Kaylee with a less deeper voice. There she is. It's
God
Crystal.
damn. What's up? What's up, people? Asshole.
Crystal, did you see Dungeons and Dragons?
no, I'm not a nerd.
Thank you. All right, Crystal, you redeemed yourself, so you're in the cool kids club. I do like Chris Pine. This movie made me remember I really like Chris Pine as like a leading man. I feel like I've seen him in a couple duds lately. Like what was oh god, I saw that Don't Worry Darling with Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Did anyone see that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
It was disappointing.
Not
yeah.
great.
That was wild.
It raised more questions than it answered toward the end. I was
It
like,
really did.
yeah, it really. I'm like, okay, wait, no, I get this, but what was the point of that anyway?
I had to watch my own Screen Rant video to understand the meaning of the end.
Right?
I wrote it.
Wait, I'm sorry, Crystal.
Oh.
This is Sir New Year.
Yes.
He's not official Joey.
That's
C.
right.
Oh,
of course.
I was
Yeah.
a little
In parentheses,
confused.
manly.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we were gonna get
Got
Baby New
you.
Year, but that wasn't manly enough. Sir New
No.
Year, you also do Screen Rant videos?
I did a long back in my day.
Also,
I
you're
did it a
Southern
long
now.
time ago.
I don't think your character is fully realized.
Hey, before we started the stream, we were talking about the importance of continuity on podcasts.
That's true.
canon.
That's true. But yeah, it's a great time. Check it out. It's even better if you're a nerd like Sarah. Okay. Next up, A Good Person. I think. Wait, who's the one who saw this? Gil and Sir New Year. Did no one else see this?
This looks like some indie bullshit right
I
here.
saw it.
No, it's great. It's great. Hold on.
It's really good.
Wait.
It's-
Zach
But it
Braff.
does kind of look like some
this
indie
is some
bullshit.
perks of being a wildflower shit right here.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Zach Braff is no longer.
Is
dating-
it Zach Braff?
Yeah,
I was
it is.
just gonna say another Zach Braff movie came to mind, but whatever.
That's so
Okay.
funny.
Oh my
No,
god.
yeah,
no
Zach
longer-
Braff directed
he's-
it.
He's no longer dating her, right? Florence Pugh. They broke
No,
up.
they are not together anymore. Yeah.
Okay, so this is hilarious. Zach Braff cast his ex-girlfriend in a movie and made her like the worst person ever,
Oh,
and then
yeah, she's
called the
awful in
movie
this.
a good person. I'm like, that's hilarious. Yes, this is I put this because Florence Pugh was on the list, and I haven't seen a Morgan Freeman movie in a while, and also someone recommended it. So yeah, I watched this yesterday, and look, it's not the most original thing in the world, but overall I enjoyed it. Basically, this girl, it's a totally unrealistic plot. She's bad at driving, and she gets like her fiance's like family like killed in like this horrifying crash. And then like a year later, she's like addicted to like opiates. Did I say that right?
Sure.
She's addicted to pills. And basically the whole movie is her trying to overcome her addiction. She ends up in a Narcotics Anonymous group with Morgan Freeman, who is her ex-fiance's dad, who's also a recovering alcoholic. And he's basically trying to like make sure she stays on the right path, but also he can't really forgive her for what she did. And it's like real melodramatic and whatnot. I actually enjoyed it. What did you think, Gil?
I enjoyed it too. I
Yeah.
think it's one of those movies where it's less about critiquing it and more about describing what it is, and you know if it's the kind of movie you're going to enjoy. And for me, I have a couple of soft spots where, number one, I grew up on Garden State, came out during my high school emo phase, and I haven't rewatched it since because I know that people have kind of turned on it, and I don't want to watch it again to see why and, reassess it with more mature eyes. But I still enjoy the Zach Braff style, indie music playing over people looking sad and riding their bikes. And like you said, it's very melodramatic. It's kind of corny, but it is well acted. I thought Florence Pugh did a good job. Morgan Freeman, of course, did a great job. And if you want to watch a movie that's going to be somewhat emotionally manipulative, it's going to make you feel sad, it's going to make you feel hopeful, not really get into deep character drama and really give the hard-hitting drama that maybe you would want to see for the opioid epidemic or whatever. But overall solid. If that's your kind of movie, I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Would you guys say this is the Godzilla -1 of indie films?
What? It's really great and you would hate it? Yeah,
Yes,
Adam.
correct.
Yeah, Adam, it is. It is. I'm sorry, Sarah, you said you did see it?
Yeah, I did see it. I enjoyed it. I'm kind of a sucker for these type of movies. In all honesty, I'm not even gonna lie. I enjoy these. I for one really like Florence Pugh, so if she's in something, I'm more than likely gonna watch it just because I love her. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I liked the plot. I don't really have too much to say in specifics. I enjoyed it. It was a nice watch. It got me. It was emotional. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah. I will say, trigger warning, Crystal. The director of The Craft Legacy is an actress in the movie. That might color your viewing.
I saw how long the movie was, and that already messed me up. And I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'll skip."
That's
this one."
fair.
I only bring that up because I remember that I have 2 copies of The Craft Legacy, and I saw that woman in it. I'm like, at some point, I got to watch that stupid
Yep.
sequel.
I just recently got mine. I'm so excited.
He said one. Wait.
I got one too to my PO box, baby.
So we collectively have 3 fucking copies of The Craft Legacy.
the worst.
Total? Oh
And
my god.
I also accidentally bought it. I thought it was the normal craft, and by accident, I bought that on Amazon a couple years ago, like when it first came out, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So I have a digital, I have a physical. Tony, you have 2 physical. We're like the biggest fans.
Was yours also from a library?
I don't think so.
This guy likes to specifically buy movies from libraries and then ship them to us. I don't know why. Anyway, Sir New Year, what did you think about A Good Person? Did you cry or are you manly?
I got to tell you, it really put my manly skills to the test. Very emotional. Crystal, you said it right. It's a little slow and it's longer than it should be, but I think it's a good story because it deals with like addiction, grief, sexuality, loss. And then it's touching and uplifting. It really brings me on a roller coaster ride and makes me feel things again. And plus, Florence Pugh is just like, perfect woman.
I will say, when I was watching the movie, I can't. What age do men become model train guys? Because I can't wait to just be an old guy with a model train. I had a neighbor who had that. He was just this elderly guy who had a model train. I used to hang out down there. I'm like, I can't wait to reach this stage of life. This looks like the best stage of life. Just having model trains going around and ignoring everyone.
Tony, I thought by already being in your 70s, you would already have that. No?
I hate to admit, I have a full bedroom of model trains over there.
I can see that.
Do you have the whole setup though? That's
Dude,
what
it's all set up and everything. I just bought the little hill things on Amazon.
There's a little podcast
That's why
studio
you're
with you
super-
and Tony.
Look.
Yeah, he's just super manly. Only super manly has trains.
That's right.
Listen.
Only real men collect trains, Tony.
That's right.
Listen,
notes.
one day when Hack the Movies ends, because I had too much fun on Twitter or Adam just couldn't keep his racism to himself.
Fair.
I will have to get rid of the video store and I will turn it into a model train basement. And then maybe like just light myself on fire. But yeah, A Good Person. It's a feel-good movie. It's not the most realistic thing in the world. She just magically gets over her addiction in a year. And I'm like, okay, I feel like it takes a little bit longer than that, but it's got a good message. And it has everyone's favorite Ghostbuster in it. Adam, can you guess who everyone's favorite Ghostbuster is?
Why are we still on this movie, Tony?
Adam,
We've been doing this for a half hour already.
And like barely anyone saw it.
You know, fucking lineup of movies to get through, and we're 25
Adam,
minutes.
I want you to guess what Ghostbuster is in it.
I don't know. Bill Murray.
No, Lucky from Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
No one remember. I thought that movie was great and real memorable.
Is that female Slimer? I don't know who Lucky is.
No, that was one of the kid Ghostbusters. Oh, I'm guessing that movie everyone yelled at me for hating wasn't that memorable. I thought everyone would know who Lucky is, but maybe I was right. Maybe that movie was a piece of shit.
All right, Tony, let's go to another bad movie. All right.
Okay. Next up, spoiler, I actually didn't get time to watch this, so let's go to Pope's Exorcist. I wanted to see Crystal's face when I did that. No, I actually did watch Pooh, Blood and Honey. What would you guys have done if I just didn't watch it?
I was about to say, can you start including on your list a little check mark that says, like, people are probably not going to watch this one if you're going to skip any?
Yeah, literally.
So Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. So Winnie the Pooh went into the public domain recently, and then someone went, I got an idea. What if Winnie the Pooh was like a slasher? And then someone went, cool. So like, what's like the story? And then they went, no, that's it. That's all we got. Winnie the Pooh is a slasher. Him and his friends are killing people. This is one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen. Adam, what did you think?
Yeah, it's on the top 10 worst of the year, right underneath Expendables 4, which somehow was worse. Winnie the Shit, Blood in My Stool. I will say the title's actually pretty great. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That's a solid title. It's the only good thing about this film. They have a sequel coming out. I saw on the Twitter, X, whatever the dumb thing's called, the director's like, I know everybody's patiently waiting. Just keep cool. A new trailer's coming out for the sequel. And everybody's like, what? Why?
This, Gil, did you see this one?
I did.
Oh, what did you think of this?
Feels so chipper. I did actually. Thanks for asking.
You're like, yes, Tony, I did waste my time watching this. So what did you think of Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, I mean, this movie only exists so it can exist. So you can say, isn't it funny there's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
Yeah.
And the only part of it, if you were going to say anything good about it, is the way beginning starts with this storybook retelling of Christopher Robin, takes a very dark turn. Then it cuts to Christopher Robin as an adult coming back to the woods, and now it looks like something out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that first 3 or 4 minutes could have worked as kind of a funny YouTube short film, because you have the contrast of like children's storybook and the goriest, awful horror you can imagine. But the rest of the movie, there's none of the Winnie the Pooh lore. There's nothing like, I figured if you were going to try and make this really funny, well, like I saw Rare Exports, this Christmas horror movie recently, and they get past this horde of evil elves by distracting them with gingerbread cookies. You could have had a scene here where Winnie the Pooh's coming after you and you throw a jar of honey or something. But it's just a really generic, terrible slasher movie where it might as well have just been two guys in a pig and bear mask. Because the fact that they're animals or they used to be talking animals doesn't play into it at all. The only thing I'd say is we should take all the super chat money from tonight and we should invest in a Steamboat Willie movie, because you know somebody's doing that next year.
Around the corner. It's around the corner.
Yeah.
I think Superman's going to be public domain at some point coming up.
I feel like Jack Black could pull off a really good Steamboat Willie. Or Steamboat Willie. I think he could do it.
Now,
obviously.
Well, you know, the three of us didn't like it, but I'm sure Sarah thought it was great. Sarah, what did you think?
It was Pooh. It was shit. I didn't think it was good. The only thing that I really liked about it was the masks. I thought the masks were kind of cool looking. I don't know if they made them specific. I'm assuming they made them specifically for the film. Or
well, I don't know what else they would have been for. Some weird fetish.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You know.
Wait a second. I have these masks already.
Hey, you might as well put them to use.
Here's what you said about the mask. When I saw the commercials for this, I thought these were guys in masks because they look like guys in masks. These look like those really good masks that form to your face and you can like move them. But at no point do I think this is a real bear monster. It just
no, not at all.
Yeah,
because that's what really threw me off, because I assumed that it was just like dudes just cosplaying Winnie the Pooh and killing people. No, it's an actual bear, supposedly. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's whack. I didn't like it.
I can't
Gilligan
even
had a good take earlier. If I can call you Gilligan, Gil. This could have been a funny SNL skit. They did one years ago. Do you remember the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Bambi skit they did? That was like Fast and the Furious, and he's Bambi, but he's like jacked. Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna make the hunters pay.
That one's good.
Dearly. I mean, that's good shit. And this just had
that was funny.
Yeah.
Well, I think the director of this movie said he's going to be tackling Bambi soon because that also went public domain.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the problem.
Someone fucking tackle the director, please.
He needs to be put. He needs to be put down. Like, the problem is
the problem with Winnie the Pooh is like all the memorable Winnie the Pooh stuff is from the Disney version, which they're not allowed to use anything from.
Yeah.
They can only use stuff from the books. So they probably ran out of material that was relatable because most people probably haven't read the books, except for, I assume, Kaylee. She's the biggest Winnie the Pooh fan. She probably has a lot to say. What did you think?
I think everybody has already completely said all of my thoughts on this. But I completely agree with Gil, and Adam reiterated. When I was watching this, I was like, this could have been a really amazing short film. Like, if this had been a 10-minute short, I think it would have been super cool. I loved the idea of having Christopher Robin coming back and getting referred to as Chris because he's an adult now. I liked the idea of a revenge story, of a story of survival. And then instead, I got Piglet oinking in the most annoying of all ways. A whole bunch of CGI blood. Like, it wasn't even a good slasher film because all of the kills were CGI and horrible CGI. The only good kill, I think, in the entire movie is the swimming pool scene when he takes the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
That was the only good kill.
That one was okay.
That one was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
What about the one where she got her head ran over by the car?
I hated how it looked.
It sucked.
Yeah,
I hated how it looked.
Really
I agree. I thought
Eeyore's tail
terrible. Yeah.
At one point, was Eeyore's tail in the background? Did they try to get away with that?
Well, Eeyore's dead, right? They find his dead body.
Right.
I forget.
They ate him.
Yeah. So
Eeyore
I guess
was no more. They said.
Yeah.
And I was pissed about that too. Why would you not? Okay, so Tigger is not yet in the public domain, which is why Tigger was not in this movie. Why the fuck was Eeyore not in this movie? I want to see Sad Sack Eeyore killing people.
Those masks were very expensive, and they
Yeah,
could
that was
only
the
make
budget.
two of them.
That's where all their budget went, was those fucking masks.
I will say, look, it was lit well. That's all I got for this movie. It was
No,
lit
it wasn't.
well.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
This shot is lit well. That's
What the hell are you talking? What movie did you watch, Tony?
Some of it was lit
the
well.
lighting
No.
changed from shot to shot, you jackass.
There were some shots that were lit well. Sorry. Crystal, I know you want to talk about this movie. It's your favorite movie of the year, but I got to ask Sir New Year first. What did you think of Winnie the Pooh?
I ate a brownie before I watched it and giggled the entire time. And then
that's a good way to do
the
it.
next day, I forgot what the movie was about because I was giggling the whole time because of a special brownie. So I had to sit through this movie again. And all I could think of was it was like a bad YouTube fan film.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot watch this movie seriously because the budget is like I could make a bowl of cereal with a higher budget than this. This was bad, and the CGI blood was.
That was a weird analogy you went.
It was the first thing that came to my head.
I liked it. I liked it way better than anything Joey C's ever said in his life.
Yeah, I agree, man.
He's definitely funnier than him.
I think if you're eating anything that causes you to watch this movie twice, we need to talk about life decisions.
Seriously.
Wait. So you had an edible and then you watched a movie instead of going on stage and embarrassing yourself?
That's right, because I'm responsible. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a really
Much
smart
better
thing.
decision.
That was a really smart thing to do. Crystal, as I DM our patrons, because I forgot to send them the link, please tell everyone your thoughts on Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Well, I want to know, is Rabbit and Roo, are they not in the public domain either? Is that why they weren't in it? Why is it
They are.
Then why was it just fucking Pooh and... that wasn't even fucking Piglet. Piglet wasn't Piglet.
I think it actually is what somebody said earlier, where the director was like, we spent a lot of money on those two masks. It's a budget thing.
They spent money
Sounds
on those
about right.
masks? If you spent money, how about you try to make the fucking anything move on it? Anything. An eyebrow.
Anytime the
That's
mouth
painted
moved,
on
I was like,
eyebrows.
Don't spend money on CGI blood. Just get some Carol fucking syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything. CGI.
That's
The
why I like
masks were
practical
horrific.
effects.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been on dates with girls whose eyebrows look exactly like that. And to the point where they end up on my pillowcase. Like
That's
the exact
amazing.
imprint.
That's amazing.
Have you seen the behind the scenes of how they did the Ninja Turtles costumes in the original movie?
Yeah.
Where the mouths were like controlled electronically. If we can get the budget together, maybe the sequel can do it justice.
Right.
Oh my god.
Well, that's
So-
the thing. So, oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the trailer actually looked decent. I was excited to see the trailer, like the movie, because of the trailer. And I do love Winnie the Pooh. But holy fucking shit, Tony, this sucked.
Yeah, I thought
It was so I love the movie Christopher Robin. I thought that movie was absolutely phenomenal. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be like a horror version of this. Pretty gonna be sweet. There's not a single good thing. The acting was horrible. The gore was horrible. The kills were horrible. The one girl's chained up, and they sit there and have a conversation with her before even helping her. Like, it just nothing made sense. Why didn't they go into the car and just leave? Why did they have to run back in the? I know horror movies, they run back in the house, but like, what? All of it. And how does Christopher Robin end up just? I get it. Everyone's dead, and the movie just ends with him walking off. Like,
there was no. It was literally just Winnie the Pooh and Piglet show up, and and somehow Piglet turns into a warthog. I don't know how that happened. A boar. He turns into a boar. Yeah, and they just stab some people and chop people up, and that's it.
The one lady's like, yeah, and I talked to them, and yeah, I'm able to have conversations, but Piglet doesn't talk. So, AK, you only had conversations with Pooh, but Pooh, I think he said one thing the entire movie, but it was jumbled. Like, you couldn't even hear.
He goes,
Yeah.
you left.
Yeah, that's what it was. Just like that.
Barely hear what he
Well,
said.
they
Wait,
vowed never to speak again.
So I'm sorry, Winnie the Pooh lore. They're stuffed animals, right?
Yes, Tony.
Okay.
Let me look in my Winnie the
Christopher
Pooh.
Robin, stuffed animals that come alive because of his imagination.
Okay, then why didn't he just give them to someone else? He just left them and they didn't find any other kids or anything.
I don't know.
I'm
Christopher
sorry.
Robin.
This isn't Toy Story, Tony. It's fucking Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I think the consensus is we all hate it. You thought it was pretty good.
And they're
No.
also half animal, half human, is it? They say, oh, yeah, it's half animals. Then what else is the other half? It
I
just looks
don't
like
know.
a person in a fucking mask. Like,
Well, here's the thing. I wonder if they did get in a little bit of trouble because that kind of does look like the Disney Winnie the Pooh. And the sequel, he looks
Oh.
completely different.
that's a
looks
sequel?
Yeah.
No,
What?
that's the rabbit, I thought.
No, I thought that was Winnie the Pooh in the sequel.
No
didn't
way.
even
No
see-
way.
I think that's Rabbit.
That's got to be
What?
rabbit.
But I will say they did have to. That's the reason that Piglet doesn't look anything like Piglet is because even though they're public
They're getting that
domain,
sequel out
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Disney still owns the look of what we think of
Mhm.
when we think of Winnie the Pooh.
No,
I
guys,
will
sorry.
say,
Real quick, that is Winnie the Pooh. I'm looking at a
What?
picture of his little bear ears. Sorry, continue, Kaylee.
that's insane. Now I'm distracted by that.
And it's released on good old Valentine's Day.
Oh, wait. This Valentine's Day? They got it out that
Yeah.
early.
Yeah. I know you're waiting on the trailer. It's coming soon. Rest assured. It's coming soon.
Oh my god, we should
I
have
like how he keeps assuring people.
Step back from the ledge.
No, people are
Honest
saying that's
way.
Yeah, literally.
the internet saying that's Tigger.
Yeah, that
well-
looks like Tigger. God, Tony, I don't.
Wait,
Yeah.
okay.
That's-
Oh, he's striped.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
see it now.
Tigger.
Winnie the Pooh, you're right. Winnie the Pooh does have a redesign and it does look like this. I just grabbed the wrong picture. They look pretty close.
They had 6 months to shit out a sequel. They're not redoing the previous mask.
No,
They're gonna hang on to
Winnie
them.
the Pooh does look different. I just grabbed the wrong
They
picture.
probably put like a scar down his face or something.
By the way, you said the Christopher Robin movie was good, the one with Ewan
I-
McGregor?
I liked it.
Oh
Well-
yeah, that one was good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good to know because at my local Five Below, they have 50,000 copies of it. Maybe I'll grab one.
Aw.
I did walk
Yay.
into Five Below and it was just a stack of Black Panthers and then just stacks of Christopher Robin. I don't know why. I guess they just could not sell this movie. Where are we at here? Hold on. How many movies did we do? We do
One.
Too many.
Maybe we're on number 2. I don't know. We're 40 minutes deep.
We should just start over. We lost track clearly.
Yeah,
so.
let's start over. Okay, so Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. So that's it for Winnie the Pooh. I didn't see that other one, the one with the Grinch. I hear that's pretty bad, where they have to call him the mean one and they're dancing around the whole Grinch thing.
It's a lot of CGI blood.
Yeah, is it? And by the way,
that
you can
ruins it for me.
You can take a friendly thing and make it scary. They did like the Banana Splits a few years ago. And
Oh,
like,
that's
look,
a fun movie. Yeah.
it's not like the greatest thing ever, but like it has
it's
like
fun.
it has a story and characters. It's not just the Winnie the Pooh is stabbing someone again. It's like cool. Anyway, next we have the Pope's Exorcist. This took me by surprise. Adam, what did you think of this one?
I didn't mind it. I thought it was a fun, silly, like fucking short time. Russell Crowe was hilarious on his Vespa, driving around like a cartoon character. I like that they had the balls to set it up for some sequel that they probably will never get to do. I don't know. I was grinning watching this thing. I thought, you know what? Finally, we're not taking this shit so serious, and Russell Crowe is just letting loose with the schlock.
I am so on board with the sequel.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
I thought maybe you guys would all hate it. I'd be
no. Gil, what did you think of Pope's Exorcist, and will you be converting to Catholicism?
Of course, if I can get that job.
I just want one person to be like, I love the movie so much, I'm converting to Catholicism.
Yeah, it changed my life.
No, what did you think of it?
I mean, it all completely hinges on Russell Crowe. If you enjoy his character, and I did, I thought he was awesome. Just from the opening sequence where he talks a demon into possessing a pig so he can shoot it in the head with a shotgun was so badass.
That was good.
And I love just how charismatic and casual he is with demons. The demon's like, I will show you your worst nightmare. And he's like, my nightmare is France winning the World Cup. So he's just a lot of fun. The story itself is super mediocre, but he just elevates the movie.
I mean, he has a reason to be like that, because even what you just mentioned, the demon, it wasn't a demon. He makes a point to say, like, most of the people I meet aren't really possessed. I kind of just tell them what they want to hear. So yeah, he has a reason to doubt him. Sarah, you didn't see this one?
I did not. I definitely want to see it, but I have
just
not
double
yet.
checking. Kaylee, you also didn't see this one, or you did?
No, I did not.
Okay, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Not Joey C, whatever your name is. What did you think of Pope's Exorcist?
Sir New Year, actually.
That's
this movie, wow. First of all, Russell Crowe, fantastic, did wonderful in Les Mis. I thought he's gonna have another wonderful.
He's the worst person in Les Mis. He's the worst singer in that movie.
I was like, this is gonna be great, man. Good Lord. And he's badass as hell in this movie. The story sucks. They even go as far to say that the demons are the ones to blame for the priest's extracurricular activities, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
They blame it on the demons. This is pre-planned propaganda, man. And I'm not on board with that. The story sucked. Russell Crowe was fantastic. Once again, just to reiterate, great in Les Mis. Badass in this one. I'm on board.
He is famously the most criticized thing in Les Mis.
I don't know.
He's like an actual singer, and he ended up being the worst singer in the movie. But okay,
no, he was great.
Crystal, will you be going back to church after watching this?
No, as my family likes to tell me, if I was to take a step into a church, I would burn up.
Oh,
so
okay.
They remind me that every Christmas and Easter.
Well, I hope you had a great Christmas. What did you think of Pope's Exorcist?
I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it up until the sister got possessed. I thought it was pretty funky, pretty fun, and then it got a little too much, I feel like, when the sister got possessed. It just took a whole nother leap into craziness world. I wasn't expecting that. I liked the level it was already at.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them trying to bring in some history into it, like the Spanish Inquisition, and the basement was really cool. I thought the sets were awesome. It was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I like Exorcist movies too. So, and I also watched it on was it the 50th anniversary of The Exorcist that just happened?
Wait, so you watched this instead of Exorcist Believer?
Yes. Yes.
We probably
Yes,
should have reviewed The Exorcist. I didn't realize it was the 50th anniversary.
I think it's the 50th. It was definitely anniversary.
Dropped the ball on that one, me. But yeah, no, what you guys are saying, the movie is the exorcism stuff is very generic. I do like the actor who voiced the demon. He's also in The Creator. I'm blanking on his name. He's the dad from The Witch. He's got a really good deep voice. Kaylee, you can learn from him. Yeah, so it's very, very generic. All the possession shit. But you're right. Franco Nero is the Pope. The original Django is the Pope. He's also the bad guy in Die Hard 2. And he's also the only director who cast Kevin Spacey in something after his cancellation. Wow. I just wanted to bring that up. But yes, Russell Crowe, like what you guys said, like this isn't a movie without him. He single-handedly made this movie watchable. I kind of like that the story was so generic because we could just follow it easily. It was just more fun to just see him like ad-libbing. My favorite thing is when he does confession with the younger priest. And he's like, it's been 8 months. He's like, 8 months? Oh, God, just say you're sorry and let's move on. I'm like, that is fucking hilarious. I will watch 100 movies with these two, just going on adventures and being sassy with demons. I think it did well from what everyone I know who's seen it really, really likes it.
I think they announced a sequel already.
Oh, wow.
Good.
Okay,
I'm on board.
Are we supposed to get 199 sequel or like whole bunch of, right? 199 because there's 200 places, right?
Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's go.
It was like a pilot for a TV show. It's like, you want to team up and go after demons? Like,
I would
get
so
to work.
watch
He's like,
that.
no, let's go to hell.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because they're going to have to get a team. So they're going to get like, well, this is the sassy American priest. He's going to take care of him there.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy versus demons, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Tony, would you say these two are the Pooh and Piglet of the Exorcist universe? Since I know you like that movie a lot. This is kind of the same.
Oh my god.
Adam, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, Adam.
Pooh and Piglet.
I was going to ask if they were going to get character redesigns for the sequel.
Tony's going to bring up a photo of a black guy and say that that's Russell Crowe's character in the next movie.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm on board for that. Sadly, I think the next Russell Crowe movie coming out is Kraven the Hunter.
I'm craving that one.
My favorite Spider-Man villain finally gets to be in a movie, and Spider-Man's not in it, and he's played by a boring actor, and Russell Crowe. The only thing I'm looking forward to that movie is Russell Crowe doing a wacky Russian accent. I loved his wacky Italian accent in this. So yeah, let's move right along to the next one. The movie everyone wants to talk about, and they all love it. Cobweb. The Cobweb. Adam, you did a video where you said that you hated another reviewer because of this movie.
Yeah, I did. He kind of privately messaged me a couple times, like, Adam, you got to check out Cobweb. I'm telling you, it's different than everything else this year. You got to check out Cobweb. And so I did. And I got to tell you, I didn't really care for it. I liked some of it, but it fell into the same generic stuff I've seen like 1,000 times, where the kids drawing the creepy photos and the parents are unhinged and sketchy, and like they just make really weird choices in the movie. And the final third, where they flip the script, felt just very bizarre to me because of how the parents acted the whole time. It just didn't really add up to anything very satisfying.
I can see that. Gil, what did you think?
I pretty much agree with everything Adam just said, though with them flipping the script and doing unexpected things, even though in retrospect, I'm like, I don't really know that makes any sense. It did make the movie more interesting. So it's a somewhat generic horror movie that's going to take some twists and turns that you might not see coming because they're just not very logical, but it made it more entertaining. And there was some genuinely creepy stuff in it that was effective. So if you're looking for a solid horror that's nothing special at all, this will get the job done.
High praise.
You think there's something illogical about the ending of this movie? I thought it all checked out. Sarah and Kaylee, you guys didn't see this, right?
I did.
You did? Oh God, I knew I would screw up one. I What did you think of Cobweb? Did you love every minute of it?
I totally agree. I think the movie is not cohesive, and like if I'm looking at it critically, I'm like, this movie kind of sucks. But I loved it. I had a super fun time watching it. So I don't know that matters to me. The twist doesn't make any sense. It's not cohesive with the lead up. Yeah. It is like, I don't understand where the whole spider thing comes in. There's that one scene where the mom looks kind of like Momo. Is it Momo? The like weird like.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was just a completely pointless scene, right? For
Yeah,
shock value,
it
was a
does not
nightmare.
have any meaning at
No.
all.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that I really, really, for completely selfish reasons, enjoyed the subplot, or I guess it was a major plot point of the substitute teacher, Mrs. Divine, which also was a very stupid name for a teacher who is supposed to be divine. I really enjoyed that the substitute teacher went to the kid's house, because what fucking substitute teacher goes and bothers children? And then
sees all these red flags and does nothing about it.
Kaylee, I think I know where you're going with this.
You know where I'm going with this? Because there is literally only one person in the world that is stupid enough to claim to do that, and that is stuttering John Melendez. And that was a plot point in this movie, and I could not believe it. I was like cackling watching this movie. I thought it was so hilarious.
Those of you who don't know, stuttering John Melendez from the Howard Stern Show and the Tonight Show, who you might know now as your local alcoholic if you live in parts of California. He decided to be a substitute teacher last year until he got fired, and he was bragging about it recently. He's like, I used to call the parents and let them know that their kid got an A. Like my parent, well, first off, no teacher would ever call my parent with that news. But second, I'd be horrified if the substitute teacher was calling me about that shit. That girl is in a bunch of things now. She was in Infinity Pool earlier this year. And I hear she's now in Zack Snyder's Star Wars fan fiction, which I'll watch several months from now. Yeah. Joey C. I'm sorry, not Joey C. I'm sorry. I
Easy
confused you.
Yeah, he's not a total pile of shit, this new guy. He's not Joey C.
Ironically, though, they both have Grimace statues. I'm sure he purchased his legally because Joey C stole his. What did you think of Cobweb?
Yeah. Aside from like the normal jump scare bullshit, it seems like there's like nothing original in this movie. If you've seen like People Under the Stairs, you've seen this movie. It's just like a mixing pot of like 80s, 90s, and 2000s horror mixed together. There's nothing memorable here, folks. Don't waste your time.
And I'm sure Crystal's going to say this was her film of the year.
Nope. I actually already did a review of this with Hometown Ghost Stories, and I hated it so much. I was texting my friend Rob the entire time because he's like, yeah, it's kind of unpredictable. I predicted every single little fucking piece of this movie and I straight up had the text chain to prove it. Not only that, he gave me my money back, and it says, sorry, I made you watch Cobweb, Rob. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And he framed it too. That's how bad it is. That's how much.
I think it's from the producer of Barbarian, which I also hated a lot. And
I did too.
And that movie's at like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like critics love that film.
I hated it.
I fucking hated that movie.
Same.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
hopefully
shocking.
you can get it down to 89%, Adam. I believe in you.
I already gave it a rotten over there, but I mean, I felt like I could have made a bowl of cereal scarier than Cobweb.
Why does everyone do a bowl of cereal?
It was a callback joke, Tony. I don't actually.
Okay.
We're all making bowls of cereal.
So Cobweb. I kind of agree with everyone said, but I was on board for most of the movie. I was a little shocked when the parents like moved the refrigerator, revealed that they were kind of up to something. I wasn't expecting that. The third act is very jarring. There is some foreshadowing to it. Kaylee, you were wondering about the spider. They showed that like the spider was like in his classroom earlier, so they just have a spider nest in there.
No, I understand it. It's just stupid.
That's not foreshadowing, really.
It's nothing. It's like, hey, look, it's a movie about spiders. Here's a spider.
Yeah,
like,
right.
What?
No. So I don't really want to spoil what the twist is, but it was going one way, and then randomly they're like, also it's supernatural, and I was like, wait, what? I was on board with the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror plot with the sibling in the attic. Hugo, I was on board with the Hugo thing, but then they threw in like a last minute, it's also a monster, and I went, hold on, now you're throwing too many things at me. However, I will say I enjoyed the rampage at the end. That
was fun. That was fun.
Like, I agree with everyone here being like, that's stupid and didn't make sense, but at the same time, like, I can't help but say I was laughing the whole time. And, pulling double duty, I didn't expect to see the cast of Pooh, Blood and Honey in this movie.
That looks more like Piglet.
It does.
Do you think they got their masks switched up? Like, yeah, we need a boar mask. Like, oh no, we sent the pig mask to the wrong movie. You think they'll notice? And also, this is, as Sarah pointed out, this is Gary Busey's son, this young boy here, who looks exactly
I can really
like
see that.
Yeah,
Holy shit, I see it.
not Jake
Right?
Busey, Gary Busey,
Gary
the older
Busey,
one.
yeah.
I can't really hate this movie. It's good at building tension, but it doesn't really deliver. It does deliver on schlock, but I wasn't expecting schlock toward the end of it. I don't think I've seen that Anthony Starr guy in anything. I don't watch The Boys.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, well, I know.
I was going to point that out. He's playing Homelander in this. It was really weird because he has a couple of father-son scenes, and he was creepy as shit. Like, he's straight up Homelander here.
Yeah, he is. I love that series, and I feel like almost everything he
Boys.
plays in recently, I only see Homelander, but that's what he is.
Yeah,
He's
literally.
yeah. Everyone's just kind of an asshole in this movie.
They are.
Yeah, you're right about the parents acting so weird. Like when the twist is revealed, it's like, well, why were they? Something doesn't really add up with the parents. I'm like, well, they wouldn't be acting like this weird. I don't know. The whole thing was, it is making me ask more questions than it's answering. I did kind of like the ending, the weird ending. I thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, I can't really recommend it too much. And now we got one more before our break. The Creator. Okay, I think only me, Adam, and Joey C saw this.
I saw it.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
God damn it! Why did I not paste you on anything? God damn it. Okay.
You hate me. You
I
don't
really
even want
do.
me to talk.
I really do. The Creator. Okay, so Gareth Edwards. I've seen all of his theatrical films, which is Monsters, Godzilla, Rogue One, and then this. My problem with him, his movies look great. He was a special effects guy, so he knows how to do visual effects better than most people. They're shot really well. He shot this movie on like a Sony camera that you can like get at a store.
Wow.
Probably souped up with like really nice lenses. His movies look really great. They sound great. And every single time I'm like, God damn, I hate all his characters and I don't care about them. I don't know if any of you see Monsters, but I watched this movie and I went, wow, these two leads have no chemistry. They must have hated each other. And then afterwards I found out they were fucking married in real life. I'm like, how did he get no chemistry out of these two? Freaking every character in a movie that I like, I can only name a few. These two from Godzilla and the Blue Admiral Akbar. Those are the only characters in his movies I've ever actually liked. Not counting Godzilla, but that feels like a cop-out. So I was shocked that I actually really liked this movie. And for once, I actually liked the characters and was somewhat invested in it. I'm like, wow, he finally did it. I didn't believe it. What did you guys think of this? What did you think, Adam?
I dug this one too. I'm like you, Tony, where his movies just never clicked with me from a human standpoint or any sort of emotional standpoint. This might be the only movie the entire year where I gave it kind of like a pass because it just looks so damn good. It sounded good. There was some good action. But I do think, and it's complete opposite from everything else this year, where I thought everything was too long because I'm an old man yelling at kids to get off their, my lawn. But this movie felt like it needed 10 more minutes at the end because that finals act was a complete shit show. It felt rushed, and then it just, boom, ends almost on a to-be-continued note. Yeah. There just was no time for anything to breathe, especially after the big sacrifice that's made. But I do agree. Is it Washington? Is that the actor's name?
Yeah, Isaiah Washington.
Isaiah Washington. He and the kid had really good chemistry. The AI child or whatever the hell. I'm not sure why it's AI either, and they look like robot people. But there's a lot of plot points in this movie that just make you scratch your head a little bit if you thought about it too much. But overall, it's a polished package that I dug.
Kaylee, what did you think?
I thought it was really beautiful. And again, I agree the acting was great, but I just, for some reason, did not fall in love with it. I felt like it had all of the elements that I wanted for it to be a great movie. There just was something that just did not feel there. In all the very emotional scenes, like that bridge scene, there was like no connection. I like didn't care if they lived or died, basically. Which I don't know. I feel like it's always hard to have a kid, and this kid was a great actor, and I loved the design of the AI having the, you can see it in this image here, whatever.
That little like, rotating wheel. Yeah,
such a cool design. But I just felt like if I was going to have that like kid and adult companionship, I think if I'm going to rewatch a movie that has something to do with that, I'm going to rewatch Pacific Rim. I like, I just don't. I didn't get it.
Joey C, how about you? I'm sorry, not Joey C. Senor here.
It's getting real serious here if you keep calling me that. This is a badass original science fiction movie. And again, I ate a brownie before I watched it and giggled the whole time. So I had to rewatch this one too. And by this point, I was just annoyed. So did not expect to like it. Really enjoyed it. Really reminds me of like Blade Runners and Aliens and all that.
Did you watch both movies after the same brownie, or are you just popping brownies every other day?
Well, I thought this one was going to be like another Winnie the Pooh, so I was like, well, fuck, I need preparation for this. Thoroughly impressed. And you know what really impressed me about this movie is like, it's rare to like see efficient use of like humor inserts that don't undercut the weight of the drama.
Yes.
This movie did that phenomenally. Loved this movie. But I need to watch it a third time because the second time I was too busy thinking about the first time that I forgot to watch it.
Right.
So
I have a question. I was going to watch it and then I saw how long it was and I was like, I ain't got time for this. Does it go by fast?
For me, it did. For me, I didn't really feel its length. I actually thought it flowed pretty well.
Because I'm actually really interested in watching this. I wasn't sure though if it's like one of those where like I have to make sure I'm awake for and kind of drag myself through, or does it actually go well?
No, I think it's fast paced. He can craft a really good action sequence, so he sprinkles enough in there. It's not the most original story. It's not based off an IP, but the whole idea of like robots being slaves, it's been done. The AI part of it was a little confusing because it's like, I guess there's a difference between the robots and the simulants because they're like, we can't murder anyone. But then I saw a bunch of robots murdering people. I'm like, okay, so I guess some can and some can't. It reminds me of like, Adam, I know you're a Matrix fan. You remember the Animatrix?
Yeah, of course.
This feels like stuff from the Animatrix, like the whole like war that we didn't really get to see. I do like because the whole thing was like America was attacked and they blame it on AI, and then the rest of the world is like super on board with AI, and America's like, no, we got to stop that. But yeah, plenty of twists and turns. I enjoyed it. It looked really, really nice, and I'm glad that Gareth Edwards learned how to direct actors. I don't know why it took so long. Honestly, this is a movie starring robots. They could have been wooden and it would have worked, but he actually managed to make them real likable. Let's take a break real quick and look at some of these super chats. Why don't we? Get your super chats in.
I thought you were going to do like a Seinfeld Kramer episode when he's got the game show in the background. He puts on the music. He starts drinking a Coke. We're back.
What about a guest host? I'm going to pretend he didn't say that. I love that when these live episodes just turn into me and Adam quoting Seinfeld. Okay. First up, we have Michael. Favorite memes formed this year. Grimace, I see.
That's
Do you guys have a favorite meme this year? There you go, 199.
I miss the advice animals that used to go around a lot.
This isn't a fish tank meme. This isn't a meme, but I like that now when I go on the artist formerly known as Twitter, I just get straight up porn in my feed, like not even hidden. It's just like disgusting porn. So I'll be like at the hair. I'll be waiting for like my haircut. Be like, let's see what's on. Oh my god! It's just right in my face. I have to look around and make sure like the security camera didn't go to the front desk where they're seeing some just disgusting
hardcore porn.
Yeah. And then I just kind of minimize the window and keep scrolling and like,
Oh,
okay.
actually, I will say, so I started watching A Good Person at the gym on the treadmill. And in the beginning, the guy comes in and like bites Florence Pugh's butt. I was like, oh god! I'm like, I didn't know if a sex scene was about to happen. So like, I had to like turn my screen all the way dark and just listen to the scene until it was done.
Tony, when you said that, I thought you were checking a woman out at the health club. I was watching A Good Person at the health club.
Oh no, I thought you were about to say I
Tony's
thought
on
you
the
were
treadmill
segueing
behind
from,
her,
like,
just
the
like,
porn, so I
No.
thought I was going a whole nother
No, but I
direction.
thought there was gonna be like, it was that uncomfortableness. I'm like, oh god, I have that big fucking fold phone, so it's just Florence Pugh's butt just getting bitten. I'm like, god damn it! I
Well,
gotta
and
get this off the screen.
you want to believe people aren't peeking at what you're watching on your iPad, but I know they are because years ago I was on an airplane and I was reading Invincible, just the comic book, on my iPad, and I was kind of holding it. It gets very violent, and it's like cartoon violence. And this elderly woman, like halfway through the flight, she leans over and she goes, "Can I see what you're doing on your iPad?" And I was like, "I'm reading comics." And she's like, "Oh, okay."
What would the right answer have been there?
Last week I watched a security guard straight up like zooming in on like basically porn stars and shit like that. I was like, that's cool. Feel real safe. Real safe.
Bad, right, guys?
Awesome.
Dignity's dead in the real world. No one cares anymore.
Well,
Yeah, and what's worse is that it was a children's show. So
You have people in the gym watching girls' butts get bitten on the treadmill.
Right.
I will say
that's Tony.
the good news is
You expect it from him.
the good news is when you look like me, no one's looking at you in the gym. So I think I had like a natural deterrent.
This sad sob story. Poor me. Look at me. Yeah.
Okay. Aquaman is anti-woke. He killed the dumb henchwoman. Well, let's save that for the Aquaman 2 portion of the show. Gerpek, I'm not even going to pronounce that. For $2, thank you.
Gurk penis.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to refund money, but I will block this guy for this one. Oh my God, Kaylee, so hot, bro. I just don't know, bro. She just so hot, bro.
Bro.
That is from
So many
Blood is Red.
Kaylee, you hot, bro.
That is,
dude.
you know what? I think this guy also liked the Meg 2.
I was gonna say, is this a Meg 2 reference?
That's the Meg
Bro,
2.
it was so good. Tony, I still get comments on stupid TikTok. Bro, it was good, bro. I don't know what's going on with
for
the
those
Meg
of you who
2.
don't know, if you missed it, Adam said he didn't like the movie on TikTok, and every other comment was "It was so good, bro," or some variation of "It was so good, bro." And it just
Hundreds of comments, like it came from some sort of a bot farm of just bro or dude. It was good. Clearly 11-year-olds, but still sad.
Wow, $20 from Fior. Oh yeah, best crystal is hot. Did he mean best girl, or are you just the best crystal?
I'm just the best crystal, I guess.
No, there's way hotter crystals out there. More famous than Tony. No, have her in more episodes in the new year. Hashtag Crystal Month. That'll be the end of the channel. Jesus Christ. Also, Tony, prove to us you're manly by reviewing the original The Eye.
Ugh.
Is that that's like a Japanese like horror film, right? I assume someone gets like stabbed in the eye or something. And then him again for $2. Forgot to say best girl. My apologies, Crystal.
I am best girl.
We assumed you didn't have to do the $2, but I appreciate it. Okay, scroll down here.
Worst boy goes to Joey C. Remember that clown?
Yeah, I fucking agree, man.
Screw that guy.
You
I'm so
know
happy
what?
he's not here.
You know what? This is a super chat from the one in Dennis, who's actually backstage. You know what? I'm gonna have him read his own super chat.
It's very meta.
Can
you hear me?
Ready.
Yeah.
No,
Every time he's like, "Oh shit!" Oh.
I gotta leave it muted. I'm sorry. What is it? Oh, yeah, Steamboat Willie featuring Mommy Milkers.
Thank you.
All right,
thank you. That's
Thank
all I
you.
wanted
Thank
this
you,
stream
Dennis.
was
We'll see
mommy
you
milk.
All right, Juan and Dennis, go back to watching porn.
Did you see that AEW show? The security guard fell asleep. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was sitting right there.
The security guard right next to the ring is just passed out,
slumped
like
over.
Seinfeld. Adam, he's just passed
He's
out.
on the chair. Just, that's awesome.
He was sitting in a chair. David Bauer. Tony loves mommy milk.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
There
Who
it is.
doesn't?
David Bauer. That's literally like the only thing he says sometimes. He really wants people to know that. Panic pun for $10. Photos of Tigger dropped on Twix. I guess that's Twitter.
I like that.
And you could tell where the budget is going for the sequel to Blood and Honey. Yeah, I guess they went for more makeup effects instead of the masks for the sequel. But will it be good? Probably not. For $13.41, Joseph Blasco, Pope's Exorcist was so bad, it convinced me to root for the demons. Hail Satan. It was not that bad. It wasn't even the worst exorcism movie that came out this year.
Hello, Joseph. He's a Adam Does Movies fan.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, and he also gifted 1 membership.
Joseph, I don't get any of the super chat money, so maybe just hold off until tomorrow. Shut up, hold off until tomorrow.
Shut up, you asshole.
Cut the feed.
Cut the feed. Stop the show. Uncle Leo. Okay, we got to stop it. We got to have just a Seinfeld episode where it's just us.
Tony, we should do a Seinfeld, like best top 10 episodes, something. I want a Seinfeld stream.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Perfect.
Okay, Psycho Jet Black for $2. What mean things do you guys say behind Tony's back? You know what?
Behind his back.
You know what?
I say in front of him.
Right to his face, baby.
Real quick. I do need to use the bathroom, so I'm going to remove myself. Feel free to say any mean thing.
Oh my God! You didn't finish the sentence.
Weirdly, actually, my niece said something mean about Tony today.
Really?
Really?
She wanted me to film a YouTube video of her because she sees what her uncle does and she wants to do the same thing. And I was supposed to edit for her, and she was like, "Why didn't you edit it yet?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I've been too busy watching all these movies for Tony." And she's like, "Who's Tony?" And I explained the whole thing to her, and she was like, "Tell Tony I'm mad at him."
Oh, because she took you away from editing, or
yeah, I kind of led her to the down the path of being mad at Tony.
Sure.
Wow, everyone hates Tony, from children to adults.
I think so little of him that I just don't even want to muster up the dialogue to have a conversation about him because it feels like wasted breath.
What do you think of Tony?
Right?
I don't.
I try not to, honestly. It keeps me up at night if I do.
I like to think Tony's in the bathroom just crying into a towel right now. He's listening to this on his phone.
Are you kidding me? We're saying his name. Every time we say his name, his head gets bigger. It doesn't matter good or bad. He loves it. Are you kidding me?
I do like when he texts me about girls. That's the best.
Yeah, I get him too. Don't worry.
I just screenshot him and put him in a folder for later. I'm gonna frame him.
They're just so sad.
That's so funny.
It's very sad text messages. He's a sad man.
My mom goes,
sad man.
"Honey, what does this Tony from Hack the Movies do?" I'm like, I don't know. She's like, "What's his last name?" I'm like, "From Hack the Movies."
Hack the Movies. We should all just sit in silence now. Oh shit, he's back.
I'm back.
It would have been funny if he left and none of us talked for like 3 minutes straight. We just sat here in silence.
Thank God there was no audio. I totally tripped going up the stairs. Oh God.
Idiot.
Psycho Jet Black. Crystal, do you like stepping on men with Is this one that's Crystal? Is this one that's not within reason? We can skip it.
No. How much you paying? Like,
well, apparently $2. You got to up the price.
Yeah, $2 now, baby. Come on, up it up, up it up. I'll do whatever you want in meals if the price is right.
Oh my God.
Grimace.
You'll do anything. See, Crystal just said she'll be racist if you pay her. She'll be racist in heels. You said anything in heels. You said anything.
Tony will be racist if you don't pay him.
Shut up, Adam. You hate Japanese cinema. Anyway, because you didn't like Godzilla.
Oh, that's right.
Joe Panaccio, who we actually met at Monster Mania.
We've met Joe so many times. What are you talking about?
Unbelievable.
We've met him multiple times. Joe's like awesome.
Wow.
You didn't let me finish. And other conventions too. Tony, Adam, how do I get in on this Seinfeld episode? Let's figure out if it's even happening. And then Psycho Jet Black again. What nice things you have to say about Tony Hawk?
He follows me on Twitter. That's all I got.
I wasn't expecting.
I love his video games.
What does that have to do?
Video games are fantastic. The video games are they're awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
The OG one, best soundtrack.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater too.
Oh, the soundtracks are awesome.
Guys, I know I said you could say anything, but I mean, try not to make them so off fucking topic. Okay,
Well,
let's
your
get
name
back.
is Tony. You share the same name, Tony.
See,
One of
goddamn,
them's cooler
stop
than
it.
the other.
You guys have the same first name.
Tony, you're not going
Jerry.
to clip that out. Like thoughts on Tony Hawk. That's going to be the #1 video on your clips
Next
channel.
short.
I am working a theory in my mind that Tony is making these videos, like these topics, 10 minutes or longer, so he can do the stupid clips for his second YouTube channel.
I don't know.
Yeah, I need the
padding
middle
them out.
ads.
Adam, are you implying that I'm doing something to make money?
We spent like 10 minutes
No,
on
this
some
doesn't make
indie
money.
bullshit with Florence Pugh. Like 15 minutes long.
Shut the fuck up.
I also liked how she's on a bike. That was good. How much time we have left.
She was on a bike.
Can monetize
Molly Shannon
this.
was her mom. I forgot to mention that. Anyway, the feel-good movie of the year, When Evil Lurks.
Yes.
What a film. Let's see here. Gil. Because Adam
Yes.
didn't see it because he hates
Oh,
it.
okay.
This is a Spanish film. And after Godzilla -1, he said, sorry,
hates
no
the Spanish.
subtitles for me. So
I've
Gil,
never even heard of this movie.
this,
Dude, I
this-
just
all
I
right.
just sat through Solar last night. It's 3 hours long. It's an Indian film.
So, yeah, this came out on Shudder. I've heard nothing but like not really good things, just more people going like, "Holy shit, I was not expecting that." It's a pretty fucked up movie. Gil, what did you think?
Yeah, the movie's really good. It's, I think,
Yeah.
of the 9 movies on the list that I watched, this is the only one that I would say is above and beyond something special. It's, I think it was actually, I watched it after the Pope's Exorcist, so it was an interesting exercise in exorcism movies because I think a possession story is hard to do. When you have somebody who's possessed and they have these undefined powers, sometimes they can snap your head around and kill you. Other times it's psychological manipulation and it's a priest sparring with a demon. And I feel like that's kind of been done already, but this movie found a unique way to handle possession. Because in this movie, there's no question of is possession real or not. People already know about it, and there are some rules around it, which means that people aren't helpless against the demons. They know there's at least some hope in how I can escape. There's some hope in how I can fight back. So this movie is thrilling. It's got long sequences that are almost in real time where it moves with such an intensity that you're not used to for a possession movie. And so I think it's really good. The characters feel real and grounded. When violence happens, it's shocking and you feel like you've seen it all. But this movie finds a way to kind of get through the desensitization, if that's a word, and move you. The one caveat I'd give is that this movie, like a lot of horror movies that are very heavily praised by critics, is very dark and crosses into, I would say, bleak territory, which it turns me off from horror movies because for me, sometimes when it crosses into hopeless, I kind of know where this is going. I start to sort of disconnect and start to wonder, I don't know why I'm putting myself through experiencing this movie. But if you like, Robert Eggers' The Witch, if you liked The Howling and movies of this ilk, this movie's really well done. You'll love it. I don't know if it's the movie for me, even though I think it's great.
I will say, it didn't try to trick you. The tagline literally says, "There's no point in praying."
This
Like,
is a
it's
very
like, there's no
accurate
fucking point.
poster here.
Sarah, what did you think about the feel-good movie of the year?
I absolutely loved it. As I'm love gory movies. I'm not gonna lie. I love practical effects and I love a whole lot of blood. When it got real, it got real. Are we allowed to get into specifics?
A little bit without spoiling the
A little
ending, I
bit.
guess. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Does she learn how to hold an axe before the movie's over? Or is it always peace there?
Well,
There's a reason for this.
Okay.
there's a reason.
It's actually a
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Adam, not to spoil too
Um,
many things, but 5 seconds after this image, she's not around anymore. So
Okay.
anyway, keep going, Sarah.
Yeah. I won't go too into it, but I mean there are visuals, I'll tell you that much. I just really like how the makeup's done, and from a technical standpoint, I just really like it. Visually very I mean, not pleasing. It's icky and gross.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like,
Um,
well, none of the makeup effects were visually pleasing. They were
No,
effective
but-
and good.
Oh, yeah, they would. That's why they're pleasing, because I just think it was really cool and awesome, and it was really dark and messed up, and like what Gil said, it is really bleak, and I didn't really think about that until you said that. I thought that was really interesting.
Really, I
Um,
like 30 minutes into
well-
the movie, I'm like, this is the most depressing thing I've seen since Hereditary.
Well, no. Like I got that, but like I just never really I guess I tend to really like those movies, and I never really took to think that other people
Might not like it.
I don't know. Yeah. I tend to go towards those movies a lot more often.
Kaylee, what did you think of this one?
I loved this. I loved
Yeah.
every single moment of it. There were multiple times where I was like holding my hands up to the TV like this because I was freaking out. I thought it was just absolutely incredible. I think it's really cool that it wasn't just the demon in the movie, which again, the town is aware of the demon's existence, or, you know, I don't even know how to describe it. But it's also a movie that's really about your inner demons and not being able to escape them. So, you know, you have the demon of your ex-partner, you have the demon of co-parenting, you have the demon of family. I think it's just really, really interesting and really well done. I think it talks a lot about, you know, the idea of a town becoming so overrun by something outside of that town's control. So kind of maybe like that corporate greed sort of stuff, which I think is really cool too. It does not shy away from any of the kills. It is up close and personal, which I think is outstanding. It does stuff that a lot of other horror movies refuse to do, especially when it relates to both kids and to animals. And I'm always impressed when somebody is actually willing to confront that head on. I think it's really important that we look at stuff like that when we are being voyeurs of movies. And I think it makes for really interesting social commentary. I thought this was beautiful. Just, I can't say enough good about this.
The reason I was like remembering Hereditary, because Hereditary was one of those, like in the very beginning, like the girl's head gets cut off, but they kind of like do it real quick. And you think that's going to be it. And then like a minute later, they cut to the head like you weren't expecting to see it. I will say the first real brutal kill, the digital effects made it kind of funny. The axe going into the head did look a little goofy. Also in the beginning, when they're trying to drive the fat possessed guy out of town, I don't know if any of you are Trailer Park Boy fans, but it reminded me when they had Sam on the roof because they thought they killed Sam and then he just falls off the roof. So I was like laughing my ass off because it was just reminding me of Trailer Park Boys. But yeah, you said about personal demons. For me, I'm sure someone else will probably agree. This kind of felt like how people react during like pandemics or some kind of sickness. We're like, all right, we figured this out. This is what you need to do. And the main character is just making the worst possible decisions the entire time. And I'm wondering if that's like a commentary on people who like, you know, don't get vaccinations or any other thing. Like if someone gets a cold and they're like, yeah, you know, I'll go to work where I work with old people while I have a cold. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that, you idiot. Because the dad in this movie is literally getting everyone killed just because of his incompetence. Joey C's character that he's doing as a bit for this episode. What did you think?
I don't know what you're talking about there. Again, I was fighting the brownie from before, so
God damn it!
I was fighting the giggles. But I had to focus extra hard on the subtitles because I was somewhere else. But Gil had mentioned that this movie is unique, and I think another unique factor is in like normal paranormal movies or whatever, most of the characters like don't believe at first. In this movie, like the whole village believes everything wholeheartedly from the beginning, and I really dig that. And I don't know, I just think this movie was great. The tense atmosphere and the superstitious village really adds to it. So this gets 2 brownies up for me, man.
Is that our Kaylee, how many 7-up or how many thumbs up does this get?
This gets 7 thumbs up. Easily. Out of 7 is the maximum number of thumbs that you can have.
Crystal, what did you think about the feel-good movie of the year?
Oh my God, it felt so good. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I've been waiting to watch this because I've been seeing on Twitter everyone just saying how amazing this is. And every aspect of it, from the acting to the set, the lighting, the practical effects, the oh my, the guy in the beginning, what have they been calling him the whole time? The
rotten. They
the
call
rotten.
Yeah.
Oh my God, was it rotten? It was so good to
It was
where
like full
there
of pus and boils. It was so
everything,
fucking gross.
and
Mhm.
I was squirming. My boyfriend and I were squirming as they were trying to get him out of the bed. Like, oh God,
That's so gross.
He's
and
just
I actually
shitting everywhere.
Oh God. And then I never turn my head away from films or anything, but when towards the end when they're pulling the things out of like the one person's mouth, I'll say, I actually had to turn because I was like started like gagging a little bit. I was like, oh God. But with that said, I thought it was absolutely beautiful. The parts with the children, it was intense. It was something new. I wasn't predicting any aspect of it. It was very original. I absolutely loved it.
Whereas Pope's Exorcist was very cliche and generic, this one I didn't know where it was going half the time. Although there are some moments, this movie is great at building tension. And I think we all know the dog scene in this, where I was just waiting for what happens to happen the entire time. So yeah, basically the demons are like a viral infection. Basically they possess a body and they want you to kill them so they can be born. But they're able to like possess other things. And the guy was like, we have to leave and we have to leave everything behind because the demon infected everything. We got to change our clothes. But since he's an idiot, he goes into his ex-wife's house and takes the clothes off there, and the dog is sniffing the clothes. And from that moment on, I'm just laser focused on the dog. I'm like, that dog's gonna fuck something up. That dog is gonna do something. And then sure enough, it does. And even though I was waiting for it, I was still like, oh my God. There are like several scenes like that in this film.
I love the rules though. It was like one of the rules though, stay away from animals. And he knew the rules and he just ignored half of them. I was like, what the hell?
Well, that's another thing where I'm thinking like, you know how like what you call it, like polio or whatever is like shown up back in schools because people just aren't following the rules and whatnot. I thought maybe that's what it was, like a commentary on that. It's like people know what to do and they're purposely doing the wrong thing and they're spread. This thing that was taken care of is now coming back.
Well,
Gil,
he actually.
Oh, sorry. No, Sarah.
He actually did say what his inspiration was.
Okay.
Like for the film recently. In like a Q&A. I'm reading it off my phone.
Okay.
So he got the idea from a series of news stories about farm pesticides in his native Argentina town, causing widespread health issues. He suggests that corporate apathy without the workers' health and the way the issue occurred out in the middle of nothing, where it's easy for profiteers and city dwellers to ignore the impact of their choices, started him thinking about the idea of lurking evils giving free rein to spread. So it's a little
interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you wouldn't think. But now that you like know about it, it's really interesting.
And it's interesting because they say throughout the movie too, like, oh, this type of thing never happens here. It only happens in big cities. It only happens in big cities. It will never happen here. So that's interesting. That's where
and they make a point to show like the government's like incompetent because they were like, hey, we reported this a year ago, and then there's kind of like a thing where like, did they just want to let it happen so they could take over the land afterwards? I did want to know, like, there is like a way to stop them with this like weird device, and I was just waiting for it to be used the whole goddamn movie, and it never gets used, and I'm like, really wanted to know what happened there. But yeah, the rules were a little overly complicated. Like, don't use electric lights, and then they don't check that the kid's bear has a light on it, so the demon's able to get in. But yeah, it's got things you've probably never seen in a possession film before. It'll constantly keep you guessing. And it's really uncomfortable. Like, this one's going to sit with me for a while. Not as much as Hereditary. That one, for whatever reason, really got under my skin. But this is one that I've watched recently where I'm like, yeah, this is going to be not as much, but it's still going to be under my skin for like the next few weeks. Yeah, a great film. Great film. Any last
Tony,
words?
just an update for you, monetization update. You're at 13 minutes and 48 seconds on this one, so we're good.
You've been timing it this whole time, waiting like, oh, this is going to be a good one.
I started it late.
Wow, that multiple ad breaks I could put into that.
Yeah, you
anyway,
get at least 8 mid-roll ads in this one.
For the 15 people searching When Evil Lurks on YouTube for review, we got them.
my New Year's resolution is to make sure Adam isn't in any of these movies.
It's a win-win.
These reviews. Oh, fuck you! No, fuck you! That's a win. You're gonna be in all of them now. Okay, next up, I'm sure this is a horror movie everyone loves,
Christ.
right?
Okay, you can push me off for a while. I'm taking up a window, and I haven't seen this either, so you can just like put me backstage.
Oh, you don't want to hear about It's a Wonderful Night?
Well, I can still listen. I just won't have to, be present.
No, I want people to see your face. You're the sex appeal, Adam.
Okay.
Okay, Gil, you didn't see this. Sarah, what did you think of It's a Wonderful Life? Do you think it was a really good retelling of It's a Wonderful Life with a slasher twist?
Well, I know that they've kind of like there's been a trend recently of like redoing movies. Like Totally Killer was like like a Back to the Future,
which we covered,
yeah. And I know that there's been like some other ones too. I'm blank. Oh, like
Freaky and
yeah, it was like Freaky Friday, and all that. But this one was a lot farther from its source material than the others.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It was a movie. The only
that's like the worst thing. Like it was a movie. It's like okay, yeah, no, you're right.
But like I will say the one thing I did really like about it was Justin Long, because he just reminded me of Joel Osteen, that mega church pastor.
Yeah.
I just it just the fucking contacts and the big the grin.
I have a picture of it. Hold on. There it is.
Oh man.
Him with
He
the
looks
cigarette smoking man from
fake.
X-Files.
So scary.
He, much like Russell Crowe, he is the best part of this movie. Unlike Russell Crowe, he does not save this movie. You're right. It should be a simple concept. Just real quick. There's this killer in this town killing all his rivals. It turns out to be Justin Long. The girl kills him on Christmas, and it's revealed a year later she's not getting over it that well. Other people have. All her friends died. She wishes during an aurora borealis that she had never been born. So then it turns into It's a Wonderful Life, where it's like, oh, she was never born, so she never stopped the killer. Good idea. They fuck it up toward the end. Kaylee, what did you think about this one?
Not memorable in any way.
No.
So I will say, for me, the entire time, Justin Long, not so much in this picture that you have pulled up, but he looked exactly like a combination of Tim Allen and Alan Rickman. Like I could not get it out of my head the entire time that I was watching this, especially Tim Allen. And I was like, when did fucking Justin Long become Tim Allen? So that was a little jarring for me. I did like, if we're going to do this shitty genre of updating, a movie to be whatever you guys just described, the horror remake thing. I did like that they used the themes of community and compassion. I like that they brought those into It's a Wonderful Life, because I do think that that's important. There's a couple of very obvious references like, will you be my Clarence and stuff like that, which is whatever. But overall, this movie sucked and it was lame. Oh, and the Children of the Corn Eyes thing that happens.
Okay, yeah, that's
that
something
was so weird.
I really want to dwell on that, but real quick, Senor Father Time, New Year, whatever. Where do you land on this one? Were you high on this one too?
No, I wasn't. I made sure I was sober.
This one, the shitty one you paid attention to. Okay.
I had to make sure for Justin Long because he's awesome. But god damn, did he make me hate his acting in this movie. It was absolutely terrible. I did not have fun with this one. I wanted to turn it off so bad, but I'm so committed to Hack the Movies that I kept it on.
I can't believe you were so committed. This is only your first
That makes fun
episode,
of you.
but thank you so much.
Yeah, that's right.
Crystal, I'm sure this is your movie of the year.
No, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I hate Christmas, but I actually love It's a Wonderful Life. So I thought it was super self-aware. I thought it was funny in certain parts. I really didn't hate it. It was on. I watched it. I probably won't watch it again, or if it's on in the background, fantastic. But it didn't make sense for most of it, and I don't think it was supposed to. I think it was just, a lot of it was dumb.
Yeah.
But parts of it I enjoy. I loved the aunt. She was probably my favorite part of
Catherine
the movie.
Isabel from
Yes, Catherine
Ginger
Isabel.
Snaps.
Yes, she's phenomenal.
I
I
love her.
really like her character in it. It was just an interesting watch. That's what I got.
I will say I was on board early on with it. I liked where it was going. I was enjoying the characters. Again, Justin Long's character, I was really into. He was hilarious. But like what you were saying, Kaylee, it takes an extra supernatural twist toward the end, where it's like, okay, the supernatural thing is that she was in an alternate reality where she doesn't exist. But then it was like, and also he used the Aurora Borealis to hypnotize people and make them zombies. And I was like, what the?
It was really weird and it was never explained.
It was never. Did I miss something? Did any?
I think it just
No.
got so ridiculous towards
Yeah.
the end. It's just like, here we go, all the cards out. Let's just throw it all.
Sure, let's throw
all
it in.
in. Yeah, it just didn't make sense. And we're like, all right, what other
'Cause it's
weird
like-
shit?
It's revealed that her dad is one of the killers. I'm like, oh, is the twist that he had an accomplice and it was her dad? And it was like, nope, he's possessed with mind. Honestly, it reminds me of Black Christmas 2019, where at the end they were like, black goo turned
God.
everyone into bad guy. I thought it
hate
was
that movie.
so
Oh,
bizarre.
God, same.
Also, I was I know Adam won't be because he's a horrible person. I was fine with all the gay stuff, except for the ending where, okay, those two girls, I'm like, wow, they're really good friends. You know, she didn't like her before, but this experience has made them closer together and they rely on each other. And then at the very end, they're like, and also we're lesbian and in love. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? Everything else,
Hormones.
like the lesbian aunt, the gay brother. I'm like, oh, I was fine with that. But this one is so out of left field. I don't know. Did I miss a bunch of subtle cues, or are you guys also baffled?
No, the weird girl, she definitely had those feelings towards her, at least when she went to like the second universe or whatever it was. There's definitely some tension with her, but it's not received. The main character really doesn't show. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
That's the R word you were looking for.
Thank you so much. But it didn't. It got a little confusing, like at the end when she opened up the door and then they were there together again. And I was like,
Yeah,
wait.
and then she also has the memories.
But then where did the original girl go?
I don't know. It's so confusing.
So that was a little confusing. But also, I kept seeing the director say like he's getting a lot of hate for how gay it is. I was like, I've seen a lot gayer movies than this. It didn't feel that. It did not feel that. Just because there's some gay characters, I was like, nah, this isn't gay enough.
I've definitely seen gayer stuff. I used to be subscribed to official Joey C.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mr.
Yeah,
New
I
Year,
agree. It's not.
Mr. New Year, were you okay with the gay stuff in this movie, or were you also blindsided by the lesbians at the end?
No, I was very blindsided. I thought, what the hell is going on here?
Okay, good.
Very
So-
okay in my book. I'm with Crystal, not gay enough, for sure. Of course, it's very manly, you know?
Okay, so we all agree that the relationship at the end came out of left field.
Not out of left field.
It was out of left field.
like maybe center field.
Because that girl was
Yeah.
still annoyed about like her boyfriend. She gave no hints that it was bizarre. It was a good idea. I think either we missed a bunch of deleted scenes or it needed a rewrite to actually be something.
You're worried about her being like with the boyfriend. Like she also got over
could
that
be
relationship
bi.
way too fast. Yeah, she's totally bi. But like,
she could be. I didn't get any.
Her relationship doesn't make sense in general. Her life doesn't. Are we trying to make sense of this movie? Really?
All I know is I'm sick of looking at Justin Long's face right now. I look at anything else.
It's a beautiful face.
Yeah.
It's creepy as fuck.
Adam, we have 10 minutes yet?
All right, pull up Tim Allen.
Actually, he was on an earlier slide. Hold on.
I want to see him in Galaxy Quest.
Hold on. Oh God, I'm gonna get this right. There you go. There's Tim Allen right there.
Yeah.
We got him.
Perfect. Much better.
Adam, how long was that one?
I don't know. I blacked out for several minutes. I know that.
You've given up on the bit. I will say the killer's costume was cool. I like that.
But then it gets raised up on with the tree. That I was like, what? So this is normal now? Like no one's trying to catch like it. Yeah, that and as soon as they went to the tree lighting or whatever area, that's it. It
was a good first act followed by a garbage.
You're making me hate this movie even more. God damn
Okay, speaking of things that I thought I was gonna hate, Adam, you could talk about this one.
Yeah, that Wonka, that Timothée Chalamet, he's dreamy, isn't he?
Yeah. So I love the original Willy Wonka, and I talked about it this year. It's one of my worst performing episodes. Everyone hated my guest, Josie, from Fish Tank, which I thought was rude. But we get the winner of Fish Tank season 1 on the show, and it's all negative comments. I don't think she's ever coming back on this show. But yeah,
cheap.
That's just the name she goes by on YouTube.
Oh,
look, Adam, I don't have enough time to explain Josie to you.
Children.
Anyway, I thought I was going to hate this movie. I even titled the episode, "It Needs No Prequel." I saw the trailer and I'm like, that looks like garbage. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'll go see it. I like Willy Wonka. Maybe I'll have things to complain about. This being one of them, I thought I was going to complain about. And then Adam, I texted you afterwards. I'm like, shit, I actually kind of enjoyed this movie, which I was not expecting at all. For some reason, the musical aspect worked. I mean, the original's kind of a musical. I was engaged in the story. I didn't really see it as like a prequel to the first film, just a story about Willy Wonka. I don't know. Whatever reason, this worked for me. Adam, what worked for you about this?
Yeah, I agree. And I think I actually got the ball rolling and even messaged you ahead of time and said, Tony, you're not going to believe this for a second. But I liked Wonka and you were just you were like beside yourself. You couldn't believe what I just said. You unfriended me everywhere. You didn't talk to me for weeks. And then here we are. You're like a huge fan of this film. You can't
not
wait
a huge fan. I mean,
you're a huge fan. It's coming through. It's coming through in the dialogue.
I was ready to hate it, and I walked out of the theater. Actually, there was a weird theater experience. Everyone like clapped at the end, but this was
I hate when people do that.
That's so weird.
Stupid.
It was weird because it wasn't like opening night or anything. I'm like, I wasn't expecting. Everyone just had a really good time watching.
Imagine if people did that at like a restaurant after a good meal. That was good. I liked it.
When a plane lands, I was gonna say when a plane lands, right. It's like, is everyone gonna clap or not? Like, I have no idea. It's so odd.
At least you're clapping for somebody that's going to hear the applause when a plane's crashing.
It makes more sense at a restaurant because then the cook's at least here. But at a theater, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. But no, I like this movie. I didn't love it by any means. I do think it's a little long. They really go all in on that first act.
Yeah.
And I mean, no offense to Noodle, I think is her name, Noodle or Strudel or some shit.
Yeah, I think
great, lovable girl, but do we have to go all in on Noodle? I mean, there's a lot of Noodle in this film. There's several songs about her. The fact that I've said Noodle like 6 times already is more than I've ever said in the entirety of the year. So
it is. That is one weird thing because, again, it's a prequel to Willy Wonka, and his origin is so based around this little girl, and at no point in the other Willy Wonka movie, they're like, yes, Willy Wonka made great chocolate. Also, he had a much younger friend who helped him build his empire, and they were best friends. Like, I never got mentioned.
Yeah, it should have been called like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It should have been Noodle and the Willy Wonka.
Shouldn't his one friend in this movie be that guy at the end of the original Willy Wonka that was pretending to be Slugworth? Which, if this movie isn't continuity, I don't know how that Slugworth tricked anyone.
I didn't take this movie. I met Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. I think I said Willy Wonka before, but I didn't take this as a prequel to like the Gene Wilder film. It just it seemed like it was starting over on its own thing. Yeah, Willy Wonka doesn't act like the previous, interpretation by either Wilder or that awful thing that Johnny Depp did.
Oh God, yeah.
He's a far more lovable, likable character. He's very charming. He's got this aloofness to him. I don't want to reference Fantastic Beasts, but he did have a little bit of Redmayne with the personality. A lot better though, way better than that Newt Scamander bullshit. It's colorful. There's some great music in this. I'm on board for more of them.
I never seen the Paddington movies. Apparently, it's the Paddington guy, and those movies are good. I don't watch
those movies. Are amazing. I haven't seen them either. I'm not being sarcastic. I heard those movies are legitimately really good.
I will say though, looking at this picture of what's his face, Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
What's his face really just killed every little person's acting career in Hollywood, didn't he? The guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones dude.
Yeah,
Peter Dinklage.
Yes. This is the one thing that didn't work for me was the Oompa Loompa that's like real sophisticated talking, and
I liked him. You didn't like that?
No, I didn't like it. And of course, at the end they had to do the inevitable thing where they're like, the Oompa Loompas definitely aren't slaves. They want to be there to work for chocolate. It's like, okay, movie. I see what you did there. It's
a little better.
You're right though. He isn't like Gene Wilder. I was expecting the whole movie because he's all happy and cheery in the beginning, and I'm like, well, clearly he'll become a jaded, sarcastic asshole by the end, and then he didn't. But yeah, it worked. The Mr. New Guy. What did you think?
I really wanted to hate this movie, bad. Of course, Gene Wilder shaped me, and Johnny Depp ruined me. Really,
I thought you were gonna rhyme with shape, but I was gonna.
I tried.
I was gonna be like, holy shit! Like that is. Did you take an edible coming up with that?
No, we're good.
Goodness.
This movie
Gil leave? I mean, he's off cam. He's breaking something right now because we like Wonka.
Gil died. I guess. Continue.
Sorry. I don't know. This movie was fun. Like it carries the story into a new direction, and I kind of dig that. And I feel like this Wonka dips into Gene Wilder a little bit. Like you can just see like a touch of madness every once in a while, which is like a nice subtle wink at Gene Wilder. I love this movie. And again, really wanted to hate it, and I didn't. And I was like almost disappointed that I didn't hate it. Yeah, and I can't wait to watch it again.
I will say the trailer they put out was garbage.
Terrible.
They put out like one of the worst trailers I've ever seen. And that's one of the reasons I went into this being like, oh, well, this is going to suck. This is going to totally blow. But no, good time. Shocking. I mean, you don't have to see it. You're not going to lose. I wouldn't lose sleep if I never saw the Wonka prequel, but
you don't have to see it.
Yeah. The fact that I didn't hate it and actually enjoyed it, I guess says something. Next up.
Wait, whoa. We spent fucking 18 hours on Winnie the Pooh, blood and shit, and we're gonna gloss over Wonka in 5 minutes, a movie that people actually saw. One thing about this movie that really annoyed me, just one thing that really annoyed the crap out of me was out of nowhere, Wonka's little chocolate factory, his store is just up and running in like a day. They get the permit to build their chocolate building, and then the next day it's just fully operational out of nowhere. That annoyed the hell out of me. I know it's like fantasy and you shouldn't think about it, but that rubbed me the wrong way.
I was gonna say that's the part that bothered me.
That's the part that I was like, that's a bridge too far. The orange short guy breaking into places, that's fine, that's believable, but we got permits to pull. There's a lot going into this building operation.
I did like Michael Key in it, even though he didn't really. He actually feels more like Gene Wilder with the sarcastic shit.
Yeah, he was good. I like how he kept gaining weight throughout the movie.
Yeah,
he
he
keeps,
gets so much
eating,
fatter
getting
throughout the
bribed with
film.
chocolate.
Like, at the end of the movie, like he can't even get out of his car. Chocolate's
good.
just pulling out. But yeah, check it out. Now, with your permission, Adam, can I talk about Silent Night?
I would love for you to move on now. Thank you.
Okay, who here loves John Woo?
I mean,
Okay,
I like older John Woo.
Okay.
I was done with Woo at Face Off. I think that was the final movie where I was
the best one.
I love Face Off. I'm saying that I think was the final John. Oh, wait, did Broken Arrow come out after Face Off?
No, Broken Arrow was first. Mission Impossible 2 was after Face Off.
Yeah, I wasn't in on Mission Impossible 2. It's watchable schlock, but Woo has lost me from that point forward.
Yeah, I guess this is a return to like American action. This film is mostly silent. That's not even a clever pun. It's mostly silent. The only dialogue are like a few words here and there and some stuff like people talking on a radio. Basically Joel Kinnaman, his son gets killed in like a drive-by shooting accidentally. He gets shot through the throat, so he can't talk. And then a year later, he's like, well, I'm just going to commit revenge on the gang. No, that's literally what it's called. There's like graffiti in the beginning that's like, yeah, the gang rules. I'm like, they didn't even come up with a clever name. Just the gang. Yeah, and it's just a good action-packed time. It's a classic revenge thing. I mean, you've seen it a million times. I think what sets it apart is the whole silent angle. Did that work for you, Adam?
To an extent. This is a weird movie. So they put it out around Christmas time. They got the Christmas shirt, and that's really the only thing that has to do with Christmas. The Silent Night that's the thing. Everything is silent. It's a silent film in a way because nobody talks in the movie. There's background music. There's some stuff on the radio, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand if, he gets shot early on, so he can't talk because his throat's all messed up, but nobody else can talk. And I don't know. That didn't work, but it also didn't annoy me to a point where I was upset with the film. There is some great action scenes. Joel Kinnaman's great. Overall, it's just kind of a meh movie. It's watchable, but meh.
Joel Kinnaman really grew on me. I vowed that I would hate him forever in 2014 when he participated in ruining RoboCop. But since then, he's been in some pretty good things, and he's won me back. So I no longer hate Joel Kinnaman. Gil, did this movie work for you?
Yes and no. I agree with Adam that the fact that nobody was talking, I actually found kind of off-putting because he can't talk. And I feel like if nobody's talking, then the contrast of that being a problem for him just goes away. And I found it kind of weirdly distracting. But I love a good revenge movie. And the last few years, any revenge movies you get are usually subversive. And they're all about why you shouldn't get revenge. Movies like Old Boy, where it's all about how it promotes a cycle of violence. So I enjoyed seeing a movie that just lets you indulge for a little bit in the fantasy of getting revenge. And this movie gets a few points because it's not an ex-military guy or an ex-cop. It's just a normal guy. So you get like a 20-minute Rocky training montage of him getting ready to go get revenge. And I love that aspect of it. There were a couple things that stopped me from loving the movie. And mainly for me, honestly, it was just characters making really bad decisions. For example, somebody that is spraying a machine gun, stopping to reload every few seconds. But instead of waiting for the moment where they reload, you just run into the line of fire. Things like that I found frustrating. But I really enjoyed the training aspect of it. Some of the action was great, but stopped short of just loving it as a kind of schlocky action movie.
To add to what you're saying, Quick, I did also appreciate that our lead character here isn't a professional assassin or hitman or anything.
Yes.
So throughout most of the movie, he's screwing up quite a bit, trying to interrogate a guy. And there's a really awesome fight scene around the middle mark where he fights this guy at his house and he smashes through tables and he's throwing dummies at him. That all worked really well.
Yeah, everyone's doing the John Wick thing now.
Yeah.
Like, I just saw the trailer for Beekeeper with Jason Statham. They're like,
looks so
they
bad.
Thought he was just a beekeeper, but guess what? he's a badass. Like, yeah, okay, yeah.
No, he is a beekeeper. The lady's like, wait, that kind of beekeeper? And then it turns out there's a beekeeper
is a
organization.
Oh my god. I'm like, oh god, we've all seen John Wick. There's 4 of them. They come out every year.
I know that's going to be the stupid Regal mystery movie this Monday. I just know it. I'm going to go and I'm going to see stupid beekeeper.
Joey, I'm sorry, not Joey. Mr. New Year. I love that.
Joey's not here. Joey sucks, man. This guy's
yeah,
great,
he does, Adam. That's funny. I was fooled and bamboozled by this movie, by the trailers and the first 5 minutes, because they both have a ton of action. You're thinking, boy, this is going to be a fun little movie to watch. And then the whole middle of the movie, nothing happens. And then the last 10 minutes is when all the action comes out. And also another point. Listen, I'd miss my son too, right? But 19, and I counted them, 19 flashbacks is a bit much for a movie. Good Lord.
Wait, there's an imaginary flash forward toward the end. That's right. Really took me by surprise.
This movie, I got a bone to pick with this movie, man.
Were you getting annoyed at whenever a scene would start up and it would be the detective going into the office, and in the back of your mind you're just thinking, how the fuck are they going to get through this scene without anybody talking? What are they going to do here? Just constantly
they have to come up with creative ways.
Yeah, what kind of bull crap are they going to throw at me?
Who was that detective? Was that Kid Cudi?
Probably.
Oh god damn it! There's like 2 Silent Night movies. Anyway, we got to move on. I just realized I don't think any of the women on the panel have seen the next few movies. Does anyone need to bounce before we move on? Or are you guys good for the long haul? Okay. I guess you're all good.
Need to, want to. They're different, I guess, but whatever.
I'm just saying, we're going to talk about 3 movies. If anyone wants to bounce, now's the time, but that's fine. Okay. Merry Little Batman. This was a fun.
Fuck, I wanted to see this one too.
God damn it! You do all the Batman movies with us. You didn't watch this, Crystal. This went to Amazon Prime of all things.
Is this even a movie or a show? This is a movie?
No, it's a movie. It's basically Batman is raising a son. He stopped all crime, and then he gets tricked into leaving Gotham on Christmas, and all his old villains come back, and only little Batman can stop them. And it starts off like Home Alone, and then it turns into a different thing. I thought it was cute and fun. I put the first 15 minutes on for the twins. They laughed. Overall, I thought it was cute. What did you think? Who was the only other one who saw this? Gil,
I was the only other one.
Oh no, I think someone else saw it too. Yeah, Gil, what did you think?
Yeah, it was fine. I think with children's movies, there's kind of a spectrum. There's movies that are all the way on one side where it's fun for kids, but it's hyperkinetic and annoying to adults. And then all the way on the other side, there's stuff like Into the Spider-Verse or the new Puss in Boots, where it's adults and children alike will enjoy it. I think this one is right in the middle, where kids will love it, and for adults, I think it's sort of tolerable. I didn't think it was, super funny, but a lot of fun hijinks. Some fun Batman references, like Mr. Freeze's horrible puns and things like that.
They do the Arnold voice for Mr. Freeze. They whip that voice out.
Yeah, and a lot of the humor is very modern, pointing at the joke sort of humor. Like Joker's talking on the phone, and he's like, "It's time for me and this Bat Boy to tango." He's like, "I don't mean literally dance. It's just an expression." Yeah. The kind of like you get with a joke kind of thing. So, fun. It was okay. I hear they're making a TV show out of it now, which I think...
No, this is fun as like a one-off thing. I can't watch this all the time. I do like that his cat's name was Selena.
That's cool, yeah.
Mr. New Year, what did you think?
Yeah, I loved it. I think this is a fucking blast. I don't want it as a TV show. It was good as a one-off thing. Ton of Easter eggs from the comics, which is great. It had great voice acting. And it's good to see a change, like a new Gotham, him being a dad. This was fun. I loved this one. This was really enjoyable.
Everyone who didn't see it, does this look interesting to any of you?
Yeah, I really wanted to see this one. I just didn't end up having time.
I'm shocked Crystal didn't see it.
I wanted to so bad. I just didn't have time.
Frank would have seen it. Just kidding. Frank was supposed to be on last night. I was supposed to see Aquaman 2 with Frank last night, and he was just like, last minute, he's like, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you went by yourself, no Frank.
I always go to the movies by myself. What are you talking about? Yes, I recommend it next Christmas. I mean, obviously, don't watch it any other time of the year because this one is very Christmassy. Obviously, when you think of Batman and Christmas, we all think of Adam. What movie do we think of?
Batman Returns.
Yeah, that one too. Dark Knight Rises. I was going to say.
Batman Returns. No.
Yes. And this leads us to the last movie of the night. Let's all celebrate, guys. Zack Snyder's vision of the DC universe is dead. Yay!
So just to put a pin in this, Tony, like several massive movies came out, really popular movies people are talking about, and we've squared away with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, some fucking Shudder exclusive. Not talking about the Iron Claw, not talking about.
I forgot Iron Claw was coming out when I made the list.
Not talking about Saltburn, not talking about, like a ton of big movies. But yeah, here we are with Shudder exclusives, and now we have Aquaman. At least we have Aquaman, I guess. This movie was fine.
No, Rebel Moon. Talking about Zack Snyder.
No Rebel Moon.
What kind of disrespect is that?
Tony hates Zack Snyder. He's paid by the liberals to hate him or something. I don't know who hates him anymore.
All right, look. Recently, me and Adam did a whole video where we celebrated or mourned the death of the DCEU. We ranked all of them. I really liked the first Aquaman movie. I enjoyed it. I did not expect to like it. I'm not the biggest James Wan fan. I don't really like Jason Momoa. For whatever reason, that movie worked for me. I just saw this one today, and I also had a good time with it. It wasn't the worst thing ever. I was really laughing throughout most of it. I like that James Wan just kind of embraced the Aquaman thing. It's like, yes, it's silly. He wears a gold suit and green pants. The bad guy has a big like manta ray helmet. Let's just have fun with it. And I think it totally works. I think it's a fun sequel. There is one big issue, a big glaring issue with this film. But yeah, it's bombing, of course, in America. I think it's doing well overseas, which I can see. Gil, how did this one feel for you? How do you feel about the end of the DCEU? Was this a good note to go out on?
Yeah. Well, I feel like, I don't know. I was trying to think of something clever to say. The DCEU is over, and, that's really sad.
No, it's
so
not.
There you go.
I mean, a few of the movies were good. Most of them sucked.
Good night, Sweet Prince.
Mr. New Year, how do you feel?
Well, I did see the movie. I do have actual thoughts on the movie.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was. Sorry. What do you want to? Sorry, Mr. New Year, shut up. Yo, what did you think?
No, I thought, it's a dumb, fun movie, but I honestly wasn't having much fun with it until about the halfway point when his brother shows up. And I think it's just that it's going for the Thor style of humor, but I don't think Aquaman really had anybody to kind of riff with or play off of in the first half. And then when he shows up, I found the barbs between them pretty funny. He gets him to eat a cockroach. I enjoyed that. Otherwise, yeah, I didn't love this one. I'll be honest.
Gil, I'm going to ask you something. How did that translate to you? Because at first I thought he was messing with him, but then his brother's like, this is pretty good. And he seemed like he was on board with the taste of the cockroach. So then I was thinking, well, maybe he was actually just giving him a friendly like tip to eat the cockroach. It was weird. It was a weird joke.
It's a multi-layered joke. That's what you probably didn't get the depth.
It was multifaceted. Yeah, it went over my head.
The original joke is he got him to eat a cockroach, but then the secondary level is that he actually enjoyed it. And if you stuck around for the post credits,
I was gonna say. So
I didn't.
So the DCEU. This is what bookends this failed experiment. The first movie literally begins with the birth of Superman, and this series ends with Patrick Wilson eating a cockroach burger.
Perfect.
Beautiful. I think that's a beautiful ending. I think that summed up this 10 years really great.
It really feels like they just didn't care by the end because they have now I'm about to describe the final scene of the movie, so I guess that's spoilers, right?
Hang on, Gil. I can't get past this cockroach bit. I understand that the brother liked it, and that's the secondary joke, right?
Yeah.
But then Arthur Curry is like on board with the roach, and I don't know if it's because Momoa is not that great of an actor or what, but he seemed sincere about it tasting good. So
Right.
the joke kind of lost the weight.
You're saying like, why didn't he go like, I got you to eat it?
Or like
Right.
wink at the camera, like, nah.
Right. Or then if you do put the tear joke on there where he likes it, then Curry could have been like, oh yeah, and then like look away thinking, wow, what the hell? He wasn't supposed to like that. But
it
instead
was
he
probably, I'm sure this would have been paid off in Aquaman 3. So it's just
this was a setup without the proper punchline is what you're saying. I got
By
you.
the way, this movie was finished like 2 years ago.
Sure.
It had 2 separate Batman cameos, Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, and they cut both of them. I don't even know where you would have fit him in this
it
movie.
was going to be a Michael Keaton cameo.
That
Then
vote,
it turned into a Ben Affleck cameo, and then it turned into no cameo.
Yeah. But I remember I heard reports of James Wan being like, what the fuck? Release the movie. It's out. It's done. It's done. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fun time. I like that we joked, Adam, that the first Aquaman movie's too long because they probably thought they'd only get one movie.
Right.
So this one is way better paced. Like I said, I love the cartoony look. As we remember, Zack Snyder thought this would be a good Aquaman suit, and that looks like bullshit. That looks nothing like Aquaman. But here's the one glaring flaw with the movie. The literal second main character of the first film is just awkwardly standing in the background of scenes. Like, she's in a lot of the movie. When she got shot in the beginning, I'm like, all right, they're going to sideline her. No, she's in a lot of the movie, but she says like 1 or 2 lines. Like, imagine if
she's just cleavage. She's just cleavage in every scene she's in that doesn't talk. It's amazing.
Imagine like Empire Strikes Back if Princess Leia was just standing behind Han Solo and every once in a while went, yes, the Empire's evil. And like, that was it. It was so jarring and weird because I guess they didn't know what to do with her legal situation. Like, well, we can't make her a main character, but also we'll look bad and maybe get canceled if we cut her out completely.
Which is more fun because they almost treat it like Aquaman's a single father for some of that intro.
They really do.
Mara's just not around at all during those scenes. And he's at all hours of the night. It's pretty
They
funny.
should have just kept her in, I feel like, because this half measure, it's so conspicuously missing that when she shows up, it's such a sore thumb where you're like, oh yeah, he's married. Like, he has a wife. I forgot.
She also had the best action scene in the movie with Nicole Kidman, where they were gliding around underwater in that chase.
This movie is such a cartoon. I
know it's hilarious, but that whole section was pretty awesome. It was really fun.
That sucks though, because I love Mara. Like, I've been trying to figure out if I want to watch this or not. I had no idea if she was even in this or not, and I love her as a character in the comics in general.
Well, you're a big Amber Heard fan. You dressed up like her for Halloween, right?
Yeah, notorious fan of Amber Heard.
Yo, my boyfriend also looks like Jason Momoa a little bit.
I don't have that picture. Sorry. Yeah, no, she is like the worst part of the film, just because it feels like she was just added in later. Like, it's very bizarre. But if you like the Aquaman lore, the whole thing with the baby, I was like, are they going to go where they go in the comics? Obviously, they don't. But yeah, it's got a really exciting villain in the movie. This guy, oh wait, no, sorry, that's the dead king from Return of the King. Adam,
I was getting the Lord of the Rings vibes from this film too. Like,
yeah, I don't somehow
kids version of Lord of the Rings.
Somehow this picture got in when I looked up bad guy for the movie. But anyway, he has a really cool city. And oh wait, no, that's another picture from Return of the King. Good thing Warner Brothers owns both these films, so they don't have to yell at each other for plagiarizing. Yeah, no, Aquaman 2, I had a fun time. If you like the first one, you'll probably enjoy it. If you hated the DCEU, thank God it's over. If you love the DCEU, at least you got one more okay movie.
Did you like this more than the first one?
No, I think I enjoyed the first one more.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree.
This one's like
so. I just want to know if I should watch it or not.
Yeah, I'd say definitely watch it.
It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun to watch.
Did you like the first one?
Ooh,
it was okay. Like, I'm trying to remember it.
Okay,
better,
well,
I think it's better than that stupid thing. It's better than that.
Anyway,
well, Joey, the fake Joey, or whoever this guy is, Father Christmas, he didn't. I don't think he really weighed in.
Oh, sorry. Much like Mira, I just thought he was in the background. I kept forgetting he was there.
Of
course. Sorry, not Joey. What did you think?
No, I was gonna say, I thought this movie was gonna be awful, but it wasn't too bad. I really dug the the balance between sea and land scenes that kind of kept it dynamic. I like that. And the whole bromance, like family storyline was fun. It was nothing crazy, but it was fun to watch. I would recommend it.
Oh, my favorite scene is when the brother doesn't know how to run on land. So he's doing like a Naruto run or whatever that cartoon is called. He's like, I don't know how to use my arms. I thought that was fun. But yeah, that's it for the movies. We're going to go through some super chats here. And then we're going to talk to some patrons and whatnot. It's going a little late. Again, if anyone has to leave, now would be the time.
That's cool. I gotta be up at 6 a.m. It's cool.
If you guys are in it to win it, let's go. Let's go.
Is there one of us that you want to leave? Because you keep bringing it up.
No,
like,
I
if
just
anyone
feel bad
leaves,
that
looking at you.
I just feel bad that like Kaylee right before this is like, this is usually my bedtime. Like, oh fuck, this one's gonna go late. Shit.
Yeah.
Gil,
All
if you want to take off, feel free, dude. No big deal.
Also, I think Kaylee died. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we already read that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Tony Morrow. Best movie of 2023, Godzilla. The best movie out of all the ones I saw was Beau is Afraid. Anyone have the best movie of the year?
Yeah, the Iron Claw, which we didn't talk about. So,
Gil, how about you?
Damn, I don't remember what came out all year. I mean, I loved Godzilla -1, so it's possible. I'd have to think back on what else came out.
of course you did.
Yeah.
Sarah, what did you think? Feel free to say Godzilla -1 to piss off Adam.
That doesn't piss me off.
Iron Claw was really good.
Damn it,
I did recently just see that. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's up
I
there.
will see it. Mr. New Year.
Yeah, definitely the Iron Claw. I've seen it twice already. It's amazing.
Let's go.
It's fantastic.
I've seen The Giant Claw, that movie from the 50s about the giant bird.
Yeah, of course, it's in the same universe as the Giant
Definitely.
Claws. Yeah.
Good. I didn't think a movie about the
Definitely.
Von Erichs would take place in that universe. Crystal, what's the best movie you saw all year besides Pooh?
I'm trying to think. I know I loved Evil Dead Rise and Talk to Me. They were two of my favorite horror films that came
Ooh,
out.
I liked both those.
Yeah, those were
are
good
both
ones.
really good.
Did you never post the one picture? Crystal did the cosplay. Oh, she's back.
Yay.
Crystal did the cosplay for our Halloween episode as the Evil Dead mom. Did you do the one?
I posted the one on my Instagram. But
you didn't do the one of you creeping over the counter. You got to post.
I did
that.
No, I did the one in the counter. I didn't do the one in the tub.
Oh, I missed that one. Kaylee, what is the best movie of 2023 according to you?
Oh no.
I liked Infinity Pool a lot. I think that's probably an unpopular opinion.
I liked Infinity Pool. Mr. New Year, I know you weren't here for that episode, but my co-host Joey C liked it as well.
Yes, I bet he loved it. Absolutely.
Casey hated Infinity Pool. I saw that in theaters with her, and she hated every minute of it. So that was kind of fun. That actually made the movie more enjoyable. Her verbally like just screaming at the movie. But yeah, so Infinity Pool, or you could say Godzilla -1 to piss off Adam.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely. I will be honest, this year I did not see a lot of the movies that came out this year. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff that in 2024 I'm gonna go back and be like, oh, but this one was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. So
All right.
I got some work to do.
Psycho Jet Black for $2. What are the best possession scenes in movies? Oh.
I like the one in Dracula Dead and Loving It when Leslie Nielsen. I guess he doesn't possess them though. He just kind of
He
instructs
hypnotizes.
the other people where to go.
I like the basketball scene in Little Nicky
Oh my god.
where the referee is. Is that a good one? Is that a good one?
Yeah, love that one.
Yes, that is a good one.
If anyone has a real answer, feel free. I couldn't think.
I mean, this is kind of a classic, but I like I'm a sucker for Cheryl in Evil Dead 1, the OG.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say
I love Evil Dead.
yes,
so-
any possession in Evil Dead.
Wait.
Yeah.
Obviously, Linda Blair in Repossessed. I thought that was a really great
Yeah, of
possession
course.
scene. No one ever talks about Repossessed. That movie's fucking hilarious. It's Adam. It's basically The Naked Gun, but it's The Exorcist, and Leslie
Okay.
Nielsen's in it. It's pretty good.
All right.
Okay, what's this? Crystal, Sarah, Kaylee are strong, smart, and womanly. Oh, they are strong.
Womanly.
No, fuck you. You're trying to save money because it's more money to leave a longer comment. I see what you're doing. Give me that A&E, you asshole. Oh, God damn it.
Well, but for some reason he added a period in the middle of a sentence. That wasn't 2 sentences.
And
Just
Joseph,
kind of a precursor to this next one, Joseph. The Adam Does Movies live streams tomorrow night, so you don't need to do the gifts. Do the super chat tomorrow, bud.
I fucking hate you.
We love Tony, but let's hang tight.
Oh, Ryan Pal for $20. I like D&D, but I'd make it more of a fun spoof. The actors would play both the heroic fantasy characters as well as the real life players playing D&D. That could be fun. Isn't that what Gran Turismo was? They play Gran Turismo and then they are Gran Turismo.
That was
sucked
actually
into the
way.
game.
That movie was way better than
You know
it
what?
had any right to be.
I would have included it, but they didn't put it on Netflix until after I made the list.
Sure.
It would
God
be like
forbid
a
you go out and support theaters, right, Tony?
It would. The trailer was really bad. Sorry.
I know it was.
It would be like a cross between Lord of the Rings and Monty Python. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I did like they had
That sounds fun.
spoof aspects. Like they would say, oh, you can't just solve everything with magic, unless you had a helmet of disjunction.
Like real on the nose about it. That was pretty good.
And I like how Chris Pine's master plan to break out of prison is to just take, what was the bird's name? Like,
Oh, God, Kevin or Jonathan?
That was so
Jonathan.
funny.
isn't it like Jogathan or something stupid?
No,
We're
it's
gonna
just-
improve
So
it.
stupid.
It's just Jonathan. He's like a griffin, and he literally. I love that they try to do it again, and they like cement it off the window so no one can do it
The
again.
best is they stamped him. He was free to go, and he still did it anyways. He
See,
drove
I
him out
think
the window.
this movie made me realize a lot of people criticize the MCU for having jokes like every
Yeah.
minute, but when they're funny jokes,
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, it's impossible to do this in not the Chalmers voice. Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time of day, and this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. May I see it?
Yes.
May
I
I
was
see?
gonna
Oh,
Do you do Skinner?
go ahead.
may I see?
No,
Okay. Brandon got it.
nailed it.
Those were good memes when people were re-editing the steamed hams thing. That was like my favorite meme thing. I forgot this was a show that came out, but from Gerpekadis for $5. Pet Cemetery Bloodline sucked so bad it took people forever to figure out zombies are evil. Out of all the Stephen King books they could have ruined. By the way, that last Pet Cemetery remake sucked. It was literally the same movie. They just switched which kid died. I'm like, why am I watching this?
So
I don't know what the fuck this Bloodlines is. I knew it would existed, but I didn't know.
It's
what
on
it
like
was about.
Paramount, I think. It's like a Paramount
Yeah.
exclusive. or
I know
something.
David Duchovny's in it. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Did you hear they're doing a new X-Files series, bringing it back again?
Why didn't he just finish the goddamn? All Chris Carter
Yeah,
had to do
literally.
was finish the series,
Mhm.
and instead he was like, "Oh, I'll keep it going." It's like every time you try to keep it going, it falls apart. You dumb
Yeah.
fuck.
And
Anyway,
Gillian Anderson told him, she's like, I'm not coming back after this. It's done. And then he was
Fair.
like, didn't believe her, I guess. But
yeah, and he's like, "I think I'll still sequel bait it."
Yeah.
Lenny Laserdisc for $9.99. Hi everyone. Tony, thanks for all. He said hi everyone, but he's thanking me personally. I just want everyone on the panel. to observe that.
Yeah, okay, keep reading.
Tony,
Yeah,
thanks
Tony.
for all the great content this year, and I can't wait to see what you have in store for 2024. Love the Patreon, and please don't forget to review The Phantom with Mr. Zane. I've made some progress on getting Billy Zane. I've
Billy
made some
Zane.
progress. Actually, thanks for reminding me. I forgot to follow up. There's been a lot of personal stuff, and I kept forgetting. I will try to make it happen this year. Psycho Jet Black for $2. Crystal, are you named after Crystal
Stupid.
Pepsi?
When did
What the fuck?
Crystal Pepsi even come out?
I love that. That's a good.
Like the
that's a good
90s, I
question.
think. That was
It's
like a
the
90s,
90s, yeah.
thing.
Like, I'm
Answer
a
the
90s
question,
kid.
Crystal.
Wait. 1992. When were you born?
She didn't say
1993.
no. She did not say no. Let the record show.
I was not. I was born before it came out.
Okay. Okay.
Before
So no.
But you know this stuff takes time, Crystal. You know they don't just like shit these drinks out overnight. They have to go to the door. They have
Oh
to get
yeah,
approval.
my parents knew about this. They didn't name
Well,
me after a stripper. Or
Which one of your parents was on the board of Pepsi? Answer the question.
It'd be my mother. No, yeah, right. They aren't smart enough.
December 14th, 1992 was the release date. Adam, you were probably watching Batman Returns in theaters because you were 18.
Yeah, that's because I'm like super old, right?
Adam didn't realize how big our age difference was until the commentary
Massive.
track. Listen to the commentary track. I know I'm aging horribly, but I'm actually younger.
Here we go again,
Okay,
folks. Anybody have a violin where we can play Tony out?
47 cartoon guy wasting $2. Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
Hi, Pepsi Crystal, more like it. That's
Luna
her name.
Raven, who's actually in the background. Hugh going from Forge to this is my. Oh yeah, Hugh Grant was in Dungeons and Dragons and Wonka. I didn't even like connect that.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for reminding me of that. I like Hugh Grant. I wish he was in more movies that I watched. Okay. Psycho Jet Black for $2. Psycho, I hope you got like money for Christmas to be spending this. Adam, say something nice about Godzilla -1.
No. You can watch my review where I say a whole bunch of nice things about Godzilla -1, you smart ass. I didn't hate the movie. I just was disappointed with it.
You should have just stopped after no. That would have been.
Well, I want people to watch my review and maybe they can offset some of the horrible comments and say, hey, nice job, Adam.
My favorite was like half the comments were people who didn't see the movie yet. They were like, I just assume it's gonna be good. Blood is Bad for $5. What was the last movie you guys did a standing clap for? Also, I agree with Adam's review of Godzilla. It's a little too slow in the middle, bro. I don't think I've ever.
He had me until he did the.
I don't think I've ever stood and clapped for a movie. I've definitely clapped at some movies.
Tony will stand and yell at a crowd of people at the movie theater.
Yell!
Yes,
I
you
spoke loudly
Yeah, it sounds
in
like
your direction because I was
He
leaving the
yelled.
theater because the movie was so bad.
He yelled at the entire theater.
I yelled at you, not the whole theater.
Wow.
God damn it! Revisionist history.
Yeah, but the whole
did you
theater
guys ever
happened to hear
stand and
it.
clap at a movie?
Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, thank you. Wow,
Nice.
this
A
new
kiss
guy.
ass.
I'm liking this new guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Dennis in the background. That just broke him.
I've been at theaters where people have done standing claps, like Avengers Endgame, but I didn't partake myself because, again, I'm like 75 years old and bitter and hate everything. So I just sat there quietly stewing.
You were finishing your Rotten Tomatoes down.
This isn't cinema. You kids don't know what cinema is. This isn't Casablanca.
Joe Panaccio for $5. Adam, at least I got to enjoy your review on Iron Claw.
Thank you, Joe. Hey, bud. Super chats are tomorrow, sir, on the live stream. I appreciate it. Tony, how come you haven't cut me off yet? I'm waiting for you to just ice me out of here.
Swear to God. No one else is allowed. I'm going to make everyone sign a contract that they're not allowed to live stream if they're on the show.
He's getting all your super chats, Adam. Why would he
I
kick
know
you
he
out? Why would he leave you?
The last time I went live, I had like a record low. I didn't have one super chat. It was depressing. And now here are the people from my channel just throwing it out like candy to Tony. Like he's fucking Willy Wonka over here.
Well, Adam, you know, I only share super chats with Mint Salad. I feel like she's the only one who's earned it. So you know, if you try a little bit harder, maybe I'll give you some.
Like a lot of these super chats are for Crystal or me.
I still haven't been taken out to dinner yet, Tony.
That's
It's been a couple of
disgusting.
years.
Oh, no,
That
no,
is disgusting.
Crystal, I decided I will take you and Johanna to fulfill the Scream bet after Scream 7 comes out.
You're such a dick.
That's gonna be a while. Lord.
For $5, DCEU is dead. Good riddance. We
Oof.
can stop pretending Cavill's pathetic emo Superman was ever good. I never started pretending. I think he's a great actor, but he was terrible in that movie. Is it Aquaman woke or anti for killing dumb henchwoman? Huh.
Tony was actually on one of my last streams when I talked about the death of the DCEU, and I'm not like a huge DCEU guy, but I thought since Tony's a big comic nerd that he would like a lot of the movies. and he just shit on everything. I mean, it was brutal. Like,
He was like, Tony, where do you rank Man of Steel? I'm like, F.
It's like
right at the
trash. It's garbage. I'm like, oh my god.
Meanwhile, I'm like, Shazam 2 is pretty good.
Thought we were gonna have like a little bit of a back and forth, but you just you hate that stuff. It's amazing.
I like some of them. You and Adam did a commentary track. Yes, King Cold.
This is like when they resurrect the dead and you waste questions on them. You did a commentary track? Yes. Really? Yes.
Are you sure?
Would anyone like to leave more money to for us to answer questions we've already answered?
King Cold, if you want the answer, super chat tomorrow on the live stream of Adam Does Movies. Find out. Tune in. Tony's probably asking because I haven't released the commentary track on my Patreon yet. You released it like a month ago, and I still haven't done it.
You're just supposed to do the audio. You don't have to sync it to video.
I wanted to do the video with it.
Actually, you know what? I might actually have it sunk to video. I just realized that. I probably could just send that to you.
Just Dropbox it or something. I'll take it.
No, fuck you.
Okay, sure.
Okay, let's talk to a couple people here. We only got 3 of them. Luna Raven.
Oh, you caught me off guard there. I was playing on my Switch.
God damn it. Okay.
Okay,
We're running too long. What was your favorite movie on the list?
definitely D&D Honor Among Thieves. That is the peak comedy for me from March, even though we're reviewing this in December now. I had so much fun, and from playing a little Dungeons and Dragons myself, I found all the references particularly hilarious, especially the joke about the magic and everything, because I feel like that would be a first-time player's primary complaint. Like, why can't we just magic our way in, or magic this, magic that? That feels like such a beginner's complaint, particularly from myself. And like the other jokes revolving around it, and might I also add, yes, Hugh Grant, and is phenomenal as this side villain Forge, because like we see the main villain, this actress, I can't remember her name. Oh, I can't even remember her character's name either.
Daisy Head. Crystal, the bad guy is the weird chick from the Wrong Turn remake. The evil weird chick from that terrible remake.
Oh, what's her name?
Daisy Head. Her dad is like a guy on Buffy. He was some nerdy dude on Buffy. Anyway.
Yeah, she plays like this very dark red wizard character who just uses this magical horn to turn undead all the people in the arena. But Forge is like such a comedic character.
He's definitely the more interesting of the villains.
Yes.
Real quick, I just want to point out that is a beautiful bumper sticker you've got in the background there.
Oh, thank you, Tony.
Yeah,
it's also accompanied by one of my favorite videos talking about tapes.
Oh wow, that's the best decor I've ever seen on the show. And I know for a fact you own the Tony Peak shirt, which is available at the Retroware store. Much better than Adam Does Movie shirt.
My closet is right. No, it's not even. Secondary closet right here. But I know I have that somewhere, and the logo shirt. But like, yeah, I have a lot of stuff, and I'm clearly a little happy that I won this as a giveaway.
Big
fan.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being a patron. You guys rock. Let's move on to the next one. See you at the next con. Jay, what was your favorite movie on the list?
Well, I'm gonna piss off Adam, but let's just say there's this movie he probably hasn't, or at least it's a movie called The Boy and the Heron.
Oh, nice. We didn't talk about that today.
That wasn't on the list, but okay.
He doesn't watch movies apparently that aren't on Shudder.
Yeah, the reason why I chose is because it's a type of movie that you don't see often. The fact that of course, it's going to be beautifully animated. And of course, Tony, I'm pretty sure you've never seen any Studio Ghibli film, but...
I've seen Spirited Away, and I can't remember most of it, but I've seen it.
Seriously,
most
Tony?
of it, you say.
I love Studio Ghibli films.
Jay, I don't know why you think that would have sent me. I was bummed out I didn't like The Boy and the Heron. So was my son, but...
Nazista del cazzo!
What the hell was that?
Jesus. I can appreciate people that like it, of course.
Yeah.
Is that Gil? Gil using his...
It wasn't my soundboard.
Was it your soundboard?
Yeah, it just reminded me. I should have used it more tonight.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Didn't Studio Ghibli do the new Godzilla anime?
It's Studio Ghibli, Tony. I was yelled at in from the top of the hills for saying Studio Ghibli. Apparently, it's Ghibli, even though if you do Google Translate and stuff, it says Ghibli. It's all wrong.
Well,
Everything's
listen,
wrong.
Adam. They did a Godzilla anime on Netflix, which I'm sure you'll love. But yeah, so Boy and the Heron. I'll check that out.
Also, I'd like to mention, Adam, that although you made your appearance back in the last recap, I'm surprised that you don't like any movies apart from Hollywood movies.
That's funny you say that. I just reviewed Solar, and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
That's Bollywood. That's one letter off.
It's actually a Tollywood movie, you racist piece of shit. Damn it! I'm canceled.
Oh, look who's talking.
I liked Triple R as well last year.
Also, how about you? But I'm not sure if you mentioned Wish, that recent Disney animated film.
Yeah.
We did not talk about it on this show.
Yeah, I was wondering if anyone's ever saw it, just because. Well, this one's like the 6th Disney film that's bombed this year.
Yeah, they're dropping like.
Yeah, there's a review on my channel. I watch movies. I appreciate films, unlike Tony, so you can see that review as well. I didn't care for it.
Anyway, yeah, check that out on Adam's show. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being a patron. I appreciate all of you.
Thank you. And Adam, please watch more indie movies or A24 movies.
Well, you said Iron Claw. That's A24. Okay.
I think he's joking. I like a lot of them, but whatever.
The one in Dennis, who was surprised again.
Yeah.
What was your favorite movie on the list?
I would say the Pope's Exorcist, because Russell Crowe, just the performance he gave, it was more of a, like, imagine like the Joey C of popes, like of priests, like I'd say, a very manly. Because all the other priests in the movie, like, oh, you slapped me! Oh my God, here's a cross. I was like, what? Come on, and then Russell Crowe's, I ain't taking yours. I ain't taking it. It was getting face to face with these demons.
That's right. That's fucking right, Dennis.
It's like the John McClane of popes over there. It's really manly.
Wait. Sorry, Mr. New Year. Why are you agreeing with the Joey C comparison? I thought you were a different person.
Oh, I just agreed with the take. Anyways, Dennis, what else did you like?
Not much. The most disappointing film of the year, which I think that we didn't mention, was Ant-Man. And especially because it was all for nothing. It was all for nothing.
Wait, you didn't like Ant-Man?
We did Ant-Man when it came out.
Third. Yeah.
Ant-Man the third. Kaylee, Husey loves Ant-Man 3. It's one of his favorite movies. Did you know
He's
that?
out of his mind. He's out of his mind.
He loves Ant-Man 3. He talks about it all the time. All right, Dennis, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Oops. Sorry, that was too quick. Say goodbye again. I cut you off too quick.
Goodbye, guys.
Wow. You hate your fans, Tony. You're a dick.
All right, a few more super chats. I'm going to do a couple voicemails and we're calling it a night. Tony, say something nice about Joey from Friends. He was almost as good as Chandler. R.I.P. Chandler was the best part of that show. Adam, say something nice about Wonka.
What is happening tonight? Check out my review. I say a lot of nice things about Wonka.
Or rewind earlier in the stream.
Didn't you like
Why
Wonka?
are you spending money on this?
Tony, who are these people? Your guys like maybe like an A24 movie.
It's the same
A lot of A24 movies.
Spending so much money. Sarah, what are the best Scream villains and deaths?
Well, since my laptop is about to die, I will go ahead and get this done now, since I recently just got the Buck 120 which is the knife from the Scream movie. It's very sharp. So I will hold this while I say this. I am a sucker for the originals. I know, boring, but I love me some Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich. I think they are lovely, and I've met them many times, and they are great. I just think they do a fantastic job. I love their performances. Some of my favorite kills. I really enjoy, though you don't see it, you see the aftermath of the fridge kill in the one that takes place in New York.
When they find the body. Yeah.
I was expecting all that gore. It was just a little bit shocking for I just really fucked with it. And then I love Tatum's kill. It breaks my heart every time because I love her. And it's fun, and I love Her lines and Spit on My Garage is my favorite movie.
Nice.
So,
Okay. Crystal, have you seen Scream 6 yet?
I still haven't.
God damn you. That's okay. You got plenty of time before 7 comes
I
out.
hate you.
Psycho Jet Black again. What the hell? Did you hit the lottery? Crystal, do you support and sell healing crystals?
I like crystals. I have tons of crystals. I have crystal bracelets, and no, I don't sell them.
Oh,
You
okay.
maybe should. I feel like you could make a killing here.
Crystals,
Crystal
crystals.
Pepsi, crystal whatever.
I mean, you know, you have a parent that works at Pepsi already, so you make it happen.
I fucking
we
wish I
established.
did. I wish I did.
I got a good answer for
get
this.
some good hookups.
Well,
I got a
what's
good
the
answer.
question, Tony? What's the question?
What are some of your guys' favorite streaming series this year, other than Fish Tank Live? My favorite streaming series was 100% Twisted Metal on Peacock. And if Joey C was here right now, he would agree because we did a whole episode together. What was
The premiere was fantastic.
Oh, fuck you! God damn it! Oh, I got invited to the Twisted Metal premiere. I never played the games.
And it was fantastic.
God, what did you yelled at me for something recently? Like, why didn't you invite me to this? I'm like, oh, because you didn't invite me to any of your.
You mean like an actual Hack the Movies event?
Adam, what was your favorite streaming series?
I don't think I truly don't think I watched a single streaming series this year.
Was it Marvel's Secret War?
Didn't watch it.
Wait, no. Secret Invasion.
Oh, sorry, Secret Invasion.
Oh, you know what? I do have one. I watched Gen Z, The Boys spin-off show.
That was good.
That was really good.
I thought it was going to be hot trash, and I thought it was actually really good. I had a good time with it.
Nice.
Highly recommend it.
Gil, what was your favorite streaming show besides Lizzo's episode of The Mandalorian?
Well, I'm only.
That was last year.
I need to get better at responding to your, like, you always drop a grenade at the beginning of the conversation. Like, Gil, will you convert to Catholicism? I was not prepared for that.
Gil, who are you voting for in the next election? And also,
I spend the rest of the live stream in the back of my head. I'm like, how should I have responded to that? You know? I'm only halfway through, but I'm really enjoying the cyberpunk anime on Netflix. It's really good. I'm about 5 episodes in.
Okay, and Adam,
I'm sorry. It's called Cyberpunk, based on the video game, or is the video game based on something, or was it video game?
No,
I mean, video game's just based off Cyberpunk in general. Also, fuck you, Adam. The Lizzo Star Wars show did come out this year.
Man, it's been a long ass year.
Adam, I think you called it Gen Z. It's Gen V.
Oh, thank you. Hey, thanks for correcting that live on screen. You're
welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Speaking of the Shitalorian, as I lovingly call it, season 3 was hot trash. I actually reviewed every single episode in somewhat of a roast fashion over on my channel. So it's the last thing I ever talked about with TV shows ever again.
Sarah, besides Star Wars Ahsoka, what was your favorite streaming show?
Damn it. Fuck you, Tony. Let's see. I really liked Gen V. I'm glad someone else mentioned that because I really enjoyed that.
It's actually Gen Z. It's actually Gen Z.
Oh fuck! I'm so fucking tired.
No, he's so fucking with
I'm joking.
He's lying. It's Gen V.
It's Gen V.
I really enjoyed that show. Fuck, what was the other show that I liked? And I just forgot about it.
Sorry.
Shit.
The Last of Us?
Was it
Last of Us?
Oh,
real quick, was it the Muppets Mayhem starring Lily Singh? Is that what you're thinking of?
no, it wasn't, Tony. Shut the fuck
okay.
up.
Sorry, I thought maybe it was Muppets Mayhem starring Lily Singh, but continue.
It wasn't.
Can you not think of it? Or okay.
I can't. It's okay though.
Okay. Kaylee, besides Loki season 2, what was your favorite streaming show of the
I
year?
don't think that I watched a single TV show this year or streaming show.
But you've probably watched a lot of the Stuttering John podcast, and I want you to think about that for a little bit.
That makes it so I can't sleep at night every single night. How
So,
much
yeah,
time I
that's
have
fair.
wasted on that.
You're like, wait a minute, I haven't seen all these movies, but I've watched hours of the Stuttering John podcast.
I would really, really, really like to go watch Poor Things instead of listening to Stuttering John, but instead I'm listening to Stuttering John. So
Oh, I need to see that movie.
Yeah, that one actually looks pretty good.
It does look really good.
Okay, Mr. New Year, besides season 2 of the Santa Clauses, what is your favorite streaming show of this year?
Well, besides Twisted Metal, what was that one that me and you didn't watch together, but you and Joey C watched together about the wife that had an affair with the axe?
Oh, Love and Death, the one based off Joe
Love
Bob's
and
book.
Death. That was fucking awesome, man.
That was a good one. That
Loved
was a good
that.
one. And oh my God, he's still sorry. Adam, why do you hate all?
Hey!
Sorry.
What about me?
I can't believe he's still asking questions he already knows the answers to. Crystal, I forgot to look up a show for the joke. So what is your favorite show that's not on Disney?
The Fallen House of Usher. I fucking love that
Oh,
one.
that
It
was
was
great.
so
Yeah.
good. So
I missed
good.
it.
forgot about that
I totally
one.
missed it.
So good. So fucking good.
Mike Flanagan, I totally missed it. Did that come out October?
Sure.
Maybe around that.
Yeah,
time?
I think it did. That's when I was
Probably.
like, that's when I was going to Florida and shit. I didn't.
Yeah.
have time
So
for
did
that.
I.
Yeah, but I stayed
Yeah,
in
she was
Florida
also in
longer.
Florida.
Yeah, and I also have a job.
Yeah, and then I got a
So-
cold after, and then I got a cold. I have a job. Fuck you. That one went over my head, you bitch.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Okay,
Jesus.
let's do some voicemails and get the fuck out of here. I keep forgetting to
God.
do the voicemail segment, so let's see what some of our fans say. This one says Boomer Box Office.
Hey, Tony, you're making me feel old on your show. I think I'm too old for your show. I was born in 1971, 53 years old.
Yeah, you probably are a little.
You make me feel really old when you keep talking about stuff like Batman 89. And I was 6 years old when this came out. God damn it. Anyway, good show. Funny shit. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the Thing and the box office failed at the time?
Yeah.
Back in those days, no one gave a shit about the box office when we were growing up. 10 years before you were born, or whatever. No one gave a fuck about the box office. No one even talked about that stuff or thought about it. It's like a modern phenomenon. Not sure why. It seems like everyone's obsessed with how much money a movie makes nowadays. Anyway, take care. Later.
Okay. Oh, we got a call from Calypso from Twisted Metal. Crystal, do you know who Calypso is from Twisted Metal?
Oh my God, you are so jealous. Keep on hating, Tony.
Hello, Tony. It's me, Calypso.
Oh my God.
Surprised you have took this long to talk about me. Don't you remember? You won the Twisted Metal contest.
I did?
You told me you wanted to be famous.
Oh my God.
You said you wanted to be in a big Batman movie.
I did.
And you wanted to work in movies.
Ah.
I thought it was weird you didn't ask to be a main star or to be rich and famous.
Yeah, that was a.
Oh, well. You got everything you wished for, Tony.
Careful what you wish for, Tony.
He got me there. I'm only going to play one more. I listened to this one ahead of time, and I have no idea what he said. If anyone can figure out what he said, let me know.
Review hard bald. That is all.
The Google Translate said remove all bald.
Oh, I heard if you have balls.
I
He was
heard
about to
review
challenge
something.
you.
I heard review hot balls.
I think
Yeah,
that
that's
was
probably
the
it. That's
first-
probably it.
I think that was the first caller again having a stroke.
I love that you're like, we only have time for one more. Let's do the one that we can't understand what they're saying at all.
God damn it, Renan, you're coming. Renan, what's your favorite movie? Quick, make it quick.
Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I kind of mentioned in the comment. You caught me on the way to work. You know, I work the night shift security, but I kind of mentioned in the comment before what my thoughts on it were. But yeah, I just wanted to say that was my comment there about real life and the real life people playing D&D and the fantasy and just kind of like crossing back and forth and just making a fun parody because like every session of D&D, it's like, hey, we're going to have this big epic fantasy adventure, but the people playing it, they're eating pizza, they're telling jokes, they're sharing memes, even though they're fighting this big bad necromancer. In real life, they're cracking jokes and, hey, we're in the middle of the big fight against this giant monster. Hey, well, so and so is going to the bathroom. You know what I mean? I'd have it be back and forth and just kind of like more fun and like a spoof like that. So you know what I mean? That'd be my D&D movie. You know what?
I'm down for it. I don't know if
Yeah,
they're gonna do another D&D movie. They probably have to wait 20 years again, but I'm down to see that version. Try not to fall asleep on the job like that security guard did at the AEW show. I'm
or
sorry,
the guy in Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
Or the guy at Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
And thank you for being a patron. I appreciate it. Sarah's laptop finally died. So right before the plugs. Adam, fuck you. Kaylee, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Once Over with Kaylee. I just got a Twitter, which I'm learning how to use and completely baffled by.
X. It's called.
I just got an X, which
No,
I'm
you're
learning how
fine.
to
Don't
use.
listen to him. It's Twitter. This is the stupidest rebrand ever. Tony sucks.
thought it was.
What is
Twix.
it? So do I still do a tweet on it, or do I do an X? Or
we ignore Elon Musk and we
All right,
continue
cool.
to call it Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And then on Wednesday nights, every Wednesday night, you can find me on Who Are These Podcasts, which we review shitty podcasts, and it's a competition, and I am losing all the time and always understanding the assignment. So come and vote for me because I need it.
Real quick, if you ever do a movie one, I have a really good recommendation. I'm not going to say who or if their name is Adam, but I got a good one for you to recommend.
That's cute.
Mr. New Year. I mean, I assume you're not really on the internet much. Is there anyone we should avoid? And could you tell us all their socials?
Yes, you should avoid youtube.com/officialjoeyc, or on X, make sure you do not follow at officialjoeyc_. He couldn't even get rid of the underscore, so just ignore him.
That's pathetic. Adam, could you imagine having an underscore after your name?
That's embarrassing. That's really all it is.
And Adam, let's find out what Crystal's socials are. Crystal, what's your
My socials is Crystal Quinn. I don't know. Go find me I'm online.
By the way, I don't know.
Whatever. I don't care. Go find me.
By the way, I don't know if you're searchable. I tried to type you in on Twitter and you weren't showing up. No, I think me and you might be. Johanna sent me a thing where I'm not like.
Yeah, Tony,
Are we
you are
shadow
not
banned or
like you
something?
can't search your name on there.
Yeah, I guess I had too much fun.
I don't even know how to do Twitter, and I found you very easily, Crystal. That is not
Okay,
a thing.
thank you.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's just you, Tony.
No, I went to like search you earlier and it wasn't showing up, but okay.
Did you spell my name right?
No, I
It's
did.
Crystal,
but you're
like
right.
Crystal Pepsi. Okay.
You're right. I'm not like shadow banned. It just doesn't make me searchable, which I thought was funny. Gil, where can we find you?
You can find me at youtube.com/onetakevids. I do analysis. If you want to understand the deeper meaning and themes of a movie, I do a series called What Blank is Really About, where we dive into different movies. And I do a lot of recaps, like a full 5-hour chronological recap of the entire MCU. So you can find that kind of stuff at youtube.com/onetakevids.
Do you have one on all the Shudder movies that come out each month? Do you have any on those?
I'm working on that. That's up
Popular
next.
Shudder movies that everyone want to hear about? Okay.
Crystal, say something nice about Pepsi products.
I hate soda.
Okay.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
Adam, what do you got going on?
I don't know, Tony. There's a lot going on. You can follow me on Twitter, Adam Does Movies, with an underscore at the end because it was intentionally done to throw people off the scent. Not like Joey C, who just was the screw up when it came to labeling his socials.
Yeah.
I got a roast coming up for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I think it's kind of the most popular one. Everybody loves The Last Jedi. Tony, you're a big fan. I know that, so you might know to watch it.
I love it.
That's coming up tomorrow. I'll have a live stream. I don't know if you guys heard. I have a live stream coming up tomorrow night. The last one of the year. So
yeah, I think you plugged it several times. To be
hang
honest,
on to those super chats tonight. If you have one in the queue, just go ahead and pull it away and save it for tomorrow.
Well, you didn't get Christian. Can we review Blair Witch? I reviewed all 3 Blair Witches.
Damn it,
and I
Chris.
compiled them into one big review. So thanks for the $2.
I think you spelled the craft wrong. Can we review the craft? Because I know that's a question. We need to do it, Tony.
No!
And Johanna and I have to do it.
Okay.
It's been almost a year.
Thank you, everyone,
Kicks her off.
for tuning in. If you were late with your super chats, just donate double next time at the beginning of the show. Sorry this went so late. Not as late as it did last year, Adam. So
Yeah.
we've made a step up.
Was it just you and I on the last year one?
It was. There were technical difficulties. Our camera was off for like a big portion of it. It was a whole
disaster. What a ride it's been, huh?
It's gotten better. It's gotten better. Okay, everyone. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Tomorrow
Happy New
night.
Year.
Super chats tomorrow
Happy
night.
New
Bye.
Year.